Better keep
All
talking
right.
about
Hello, hello,
it.
hello, everyone. We are live. It's your girls, Montique, Dr. Joy PhD, and Callie. We're here to talk about the anticipated, most waited on Love Marriage Huntsville season 105. How many have they had, really? Is this four? Because you know they
It's
just have
six.
like 18,000 seasons. How many?
This is
Six?
season 6, episode 16.
Uh-huh. That's what Joy said, but I feel like it's season 100. Um, what is it? Innocent until proven Keke? Is that
Correct.
correct? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
God, look like a sweet. Hmm?
let's say it's allegedly
Hold on.
only, right?
Huh?
Let's start off how we normally do. How would you rate this episode? I don't know what Callie doing back there, so she might not be on.
I'm on. I'm on.
I'm Go ahead.
Oh, I would give it a 6.
All right. That's good for Callie if the people who watching. Um,
Oh,
what
I'm
about you, Joy?
7.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah, I
was
give
a
it about a
decent.
what you say, Joy?
I give it a decent return, mid-season return.
All right. I agree. I feel like it was do you feel like they was trying to set up everybody's storyline all in one night?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
what I
I
felt.
was trying to make sure we had reason to come back.
I guess
But
so.
that was good though, and I like the fact that we had very few leaks. I did
None,
hear.
really.
I think it's been some because we just don't know them because I really hadn't been in the Huntsville groups a lot this summer.
Uh-huh.
Nothing really came up that interests me. They were talking about the whole scandal with uh what's his name with Martell, but for the most part they won't talk about nothing. But I think it's something because somebody said in a post what's really happening here that we haven't already seen or something.
What
And
scandal with Martell?
about the porn,
Oh,
the
yeah,
review
yeah, yeah.
porn.
All
That
right.
was a big topic over the summer,
Yeah, that was
especially
the big
early on.
topic, yeah. But I don't think that's gonna be on the show, right? Do you think so?
Yes,
You
Um,
think so?
yes.
I don't
Oh.
know how he would. I mean, first of all, just to even know that that conversation has been out in the public, and it's been really, really bad. I don't know how he would survive if they really talked about it on the show. I think he would be. I just don't think he can handle that.
I thought somebody, maybe I'm tripping, I could be. I thought somebody mentioned it in the trailer.
Really? I don't
I
remember.
could be
Oh
off.
no,
Maybe
I don't
I'm,
remember that either.
I don't know. It seems like I thought that I saw Melanie talking to like the Fishers and said something that
I
said, oh, she's talking about it. And it could have been me assuming, it could have been trick. You know how
uh-huh.
it could be. I don't know. I don't remember her flat out saying porn, but something she said.
I don't know. The trailer was what got me. I was ready, and the trailer did not disappoint. It's got a lot going on. It doesn't seem like they're just focused on one person or two people. Seem like everybody in the mix this time, and I like that about it.
Yeah.
Um. All right, so
I
let's see
sure
what my
was
notes
over.
say.
I sure was overhearing about that Home Depot thing. I'm so over that. It feels like we've been hearing that for like a
Well,
year.
what's crazy is when we saw it, because believe it or not, it was only it was like in April. People glossed over it. I remember seeing it and not
Seems
thinking
like it was
much of it. Like,
longer.
was that really her?
Now,
We
see,
know.
No,
Yeah, it's it
I
right.
she
remember
said it's not
seeing a
on her live.
totally
She said
different.
that
I remember
it's
seeing a
not her.
totally different video. A totally different video. I remember, and that
Oh
we
no,
all
I
had to
remember.
kind of switch in and out to see is that really her. But then, so when they ended up putting out the other video, where it's clearly Kiki, that's not the original one that was out there. So somebody to me is really trying to finagle something.
What was
Maybe.
she? What they showed on the TV, I specifically shared in our group. because
Yeah.
I remember saying I can't really tell if that's her.
I don't
And it
think it's
was
her.
on the news. What they're saying, what they showed on Crime Stoppers, it was in a
Mm-hmm.
paper. I got that from a paper that somebody shared. So it wasn't like a vlogger or anything. This was actually the news looking for whoever this picture was. And although it does really look like her, I couldn't definitively say, and I'm only saying this, she looks smaller than Keke.
Yeah, because Keke was not overweight, but when she, well, okay. When Mel walked through that door, Keke was a lot bigger than she has
Right.
ever
That's
been.
why but it had been, I know that there's a difference between when they film and when they show. So when they were filming this, they were filming it late spring.
Okay. Would that be
This,
around the same time as the Crime Stoppers or no?
yes.
That's what, yeah.
That's
So, I
why
mean, she was
that's why
bigger.
it's season. That's why I said that's why
Yeah.
it was season. But when I saw the picture, I remember saying that's not her because I think Keke is a little bit bigger than her. Her face, let me just say this. Her
Mm-hmm.
face looks a little bit more rounder. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's her. You
And
know,
then they had the car. They say it was her car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And
Was
all
that
they
real?
showed was the roof of it. It was just the top of a silver car. One was coming in and one was going
I
out.
mean,
So
but
unless
you
they
could
had
clearly see
tags,
a Malibu. I knew what type it
So
was
you think
from.
she just drive a Malibu?
So if she drives a Malibu, that could be her. It's just like saying they could kind of sort of be Joy. Well, she
Right.
got a great
George
car. Joy
drive a Malibu. But Keke has to
Joy
drive something better than a Malibu.
drive a
Right?
Ford.
it depends on where she's at in her life,
What
though. I
car
mean,
it
because if
is.
she was really going through some things, maybe
Yeah.
maybe she couldn't get a loan. I don't know.
They
Anything's
know we
possible.
don't know what she drives. But we
Mm-hmm.
know that Tisha know what she drives. We know that
Right.
Melody know what she drives. And they seem to be
Storm.
tipping
Yeah.
around.
But the clear
Keke doesn't seem
conversation,
like the
though,
type that's going to be forthcoming anyway, because
yeah.
how she even played this whole drug thing. If you go back and now go back and she talks about how embarrassing it was,
Mm-hmm.
there's a part of me. Okay, look, I've grown up around addicts my entire life.
Right.
My
Mm-hmm.
parents run a drug rehab center here in St. Louis. Okay. So I ain't saying I know an addict when I see an addict. I'm not suggesting that. But I'm saying when I go back and listen to how um aloof she was, or not aloof, how coy she was being about what happened, the average person who's in recovery would have been proud to say, I was using. That's just a part of who you are. Like if you're active in any kind of NA or AA meeting, you're encouraged to say, you're talking about me at a low point in my life. I was using at the time. I've been clean, such and such. You never heard that from Keke. And all I keep hearing in my head was Keke was on methadone still when she was
She still,
filming
yeah.
last thing, and she had said she had been on it for a year. Now, let's be like really honest, y'all. I, one of For one, I think that's a terrible way to treat addicts is to
Yeah.
give them drugs. I think that's my stepfather had issues with the state because he doesn't he's one of the only ones that won't do that in St. Louis. He
Okay.
won't he won't take that medicine because that's what they want to give you. They want to give you something for you to take forever. Which if she's been taking it for a year, that means that she was likely using a year prior.
Probably, I would think
So
so.
which means since they've been filming this show, she has been using. Now that I know that, I understand why Marceau told. We had this conversation. You all don't, but I do. I
I
know that
don't.
you all don't. I know all of you all think that was too personal. But if I knew my cousin, first cousin, 10th cousin, whoever, who was still using and they was trying to get on a TV show, I would absolutely say she ain't ready for this.
Well, that's
And
but
I would
to
tell
go,
and if the issue was pressed, I would tell why. Because this shouldn't have
I wouldn't.
happened.
It depends on the relationship, and it seems
This
like they
shouldn't
knew
have happened.
Keke.
If this is really Keke, this shouldn't have happened, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
What
I see
shouldn't
what
have
you're
happened?
saying. Yeah. Okay.
Do you
You
understand?
mean it,
I
Yeah.
am
Now, from what? Yes.
you're
If you're talking about if
seeing
that's really
this
her at Home
out
Depot,
there. Yes, I'm
right?
saying that
Okay.
Keke should have never, this just shouldn't have happened. I wouldn't want my cousin. I wouldn't want it's one thing to know that your family, your friends know you use it. I would not want my cousin associated. Your straight up, it would bother me. You think I'm
Well,
snitching? I'm
at the end
trying
of
to
the show, they did. At the end of the show, they did say she hadn't been charged yet, or ever. So we don't know if it's her, and they
I
made
don't
sure to
know.
put that. Um. So we don't know. That's all we gonna say.
Right.
Okay, so let's go. Did y'all notice that they had like the housewives intro like before each segment? Did they always do that or is this new? Did y'all
I
know?
don't know if they've always did it or not. I didn't notice it today, but I guess
Y'all
I've
did
never noticed
notice
it.
it. So like when
I
before
I
noticed it.
Tiffany
didn't.
I
came
actually
on,
noticed it. I
she
noticed it because
came.
yeah,
Yeah. I,
I noticed.
okay, so you noticed it. Has it always been like that? No, right?
I don't know.
That's the first time I realized it. So
I don't know, but whoever their production team was even before earlier this year, they're really shadier than normal. They got a good,
yeah.
but they're allowing good stories. Do y'all want to talk about that one guy before we move on with Keke, who was
Which
saying that
one?
that's Keke's story?
Lottie.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about. Keep talk
What?
about it.
Okay, so I don't know everything that's going on with him. I know the live that I was on, he was accused of trying to take Melody down or something like that. And him and another blogger had gotten into it. And so I don't know what all that's about. And then the video I put in our chat yesterday or day before yesterday, that was him saying, y'all should have tried to keep a different person off the show, being him, because he knows all the what's going to happen the entire season. And somebody's been threatening him, I guess. So he said, I'm going to put it all out. I warned y'all and y'all don't seem to care. You're trying to make me look back. And I know what's happening this season. He said he's going to put it all out beforehand.
Who is this
Oh,
again?
not him. I
Lottie.
wasn't talking about him.
I don't
I
even
was
know who that is.
I was talking about the guy that was talking about Keke.
What guy? Okay, tell me. Okay,
What
we got
I
a
guy?
lot
didn't.
going.
I thought Callie. I thought you said that.
Well, that's Lofty.
Oh, that's the same guy. Okay.
Yeah,
What's his name again?
Lofty. I don't know his first name, but
Is he a
it's
blogger?
yes, he is, and he always. The first time I saw him, he was interviewing Wanda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so I guess there's been a battle out there with Auntie Anne's page and Lofty, and another guy that was also on the live. I don't recall his name, but he and Lofty had gotten into it. He said they came through it and they've made up and everything is cool, but everything is not cool with all the different bloggers that were involved.
I remember I only saw the end part, but I was talking about him talking about Keke when he was saying that they got her story wrong. He never would go into detail with how, but they were like they're trying to paint her a certain way, and he wished that they hadn't have taken that direction. And I was
Okay,
like,
I
"What's
need to watch
going on?"
this. Where is this? Did y'all put it in
Yeah, I
my
was
thing?
like, "What's going on?" I
Mm-hmm.
thought maybe you had some
One
more
of them,
context to it, Callie.
and
That's what I was.
they're posted on our TikTok page too.
Honey,
Not
Yeah.
not a lot
I need to
more.
go watch.
Maybe that's where I saw it then, because I saw it on the
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. It was something associated with us. Yeah,
Well, Lord,
Yeah,
I'm at the loop. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it so I can talk
I
about it
wasn't
because
I
I.
listening
told
in
you I've been
detail
completely
because it
out
was
the
so
loop too. I
much.
didn't know none of this stuff. I'm kind of glad though, because I have no idea. I knew I did hear. I will say this: when I was watching this, I did hear that Martell was staying with his mother, which didn't make sense to me.
Where was his mother?
Hi.
Where
Was
was his
where?
mama?
they said that Martell was staying with his mother.
Oh, that he moved in with his mother.
Oh,
Yeah, he
really?
moved in with his mother. I did hear that over the summer, but sometimes I hear stuff and I just kind of glance over it, so it made
Hey,
sense. So if
Antoinette,
his house,
stranger.
if he had to get out of his house, what you say, Callie?
That
I'm
makes
sorry.
sense.
Antoinette was on. I was saying hi. It's been a while.
If you have to, if he's
Angela.
living with his mother, this is why.
Yeah. Cause
Yeah, because
we've been hearing that for a while though, that he was with his mother. But we was hearing that when he was in the house he was getting put out of. They had always said that he was with
I
his
don't
mom.
know if it was over the summer. I tend to think it was, but people did talk about it. I heard,
Yeah.
I heard him over there with his mama. So
Wait a
this
minute. Wait a
is
minute.
during.
I hate to interrupt. Angela, was that guy flirting with you on the page the other night? He was trying to get the hookup.
Oh yeah, you did show me that. Okay. So let's go back. Let's see. Oh, I just put I guess it kind of does look like Keke. I just be writing whatever on my thing. Okay,
It
so
did
it
look
starts.
like her, but I don't know what she looks like. She could have lost weight. I don't know.
But
This
it
one
just
looks
kind of
like
looked
her.
like it could be a kinfolk. I didn't think it
The
looked
very
exactly
first
like her.
one, the very first one, we could not tell if it were her or not. I remember specifically looking and be like, "How can you even tell that's her?" Then suddenly they got all these clear pictures of her, and then that's when the rumor came in as to who sent those pictures over, and that it was Tiffany allegedly that sent it over, saying she kind of looks like this girl over here in the crew. The car matching. Well, does
So
it
she
match?
drives them. So how do y'all know? I thought it looked like it could be somebody in the family. I didn't think it looked exactly like her. I'm with you, Antoinette. But the car matches, so y'all know that's her car.
That's
But we
why I was.
didn't see
It's
tags
too
though.
many
Not that we would
instances.
know, but somebody
I've
would be able to
heard
know.
that. I just don't know what kind of car she got
I would think
because
she would have some. I mean, I'm nothing against the Malibu, but I would think that a person on TV, because I feel like our teenage kids would drive a Malibu. Does that make sense to you?
did y'all
Like,
not see Melanie pull off
No,
in her Hyundai season 3?
did
Did
she
you?
have a
no.
Hyundai?
Yes, she did. She was in a
Oh,
Hyundai.
what she
I
These
don't
are look,
remember that.
yes.
I do.
Now
I do
she
remember what.
driving a G wagon now, but she drove
Is
away
she?
in the episode. Girl,
no.
we watched Love and Hip Hop, and Stevie J was walking. He
Yes,
didn't
that's
have a
true.
car. He
He
admitted it.
sure
He did
was.
not have a car
He was
in
walking. That's so
Atlanta.
funny.
In
But
Atlanta.
Sheree Whitfield, honey, because she had a G wagon, remember? And I guess
Yeah.
that whatever changed in her. Now she's driving a 1986 Nissan Altima.
Shut up, y'all. I
And
can't.
I got a
wait
good
a
clear
minute, and
picture.
I ain't mad. Look, my husband driving Nissan Altima. Ain't nothing wrong with
Right, my
us.
daughter drives
But
a Nissan
oh,
Altima, but I just think somebody on
so do
TV.
I. Before it got wrecked, what 2 weeks ago? Yeah.
Sheree filmed for 2 seasons in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah. I mean,
I
but her
don't
car is
know.
not
Okay,
even
I guess so.
Now,
her
Maybe
look,
car
that's
is
it
why
was
not
she was
even
like
stealing at Home
waxable.
1,000
Depot.
square feet.
Y'all.
These are
Okay.
regular. These are regular people. Now she moved on up. Nobody saying she didn't. But these are regular people. Nene, we
Mhm.
don't even know where Nene lived the first season.
We
Nene
don't.
rented a house.
So I
We
guess she
don't.
could have a Malibu. Okay.
And this is her
I
first
didn't.
season. And
I mean,
Kiki,
do they still sell Malibus, or is that like an old, like
I think so.
a
nah,
classic thing?
they don't anymore.
Okay, so this is okay. I don't know.
Okay,
We'll see.
Keke. We need you to clear this up, mama.
But I'm not
Okay.
talking about that car. Think of her situation. That car, if she has that car, is a good thing. If she's safe.
Girl, that car could be paid for. I am not mad at her
That's
because
my
I
point
had
right there.
my
Okay.
2010 Chevy. What was the car with that? Traverse.
Mm-hmm.
Until I couldn't hold on to it. Sold it to my auntie like 2 years ago. That sucker still running.
Right. I ain't mad about it. I just was
Every
shocked.
time I see it, I get mad because I
But
should have kept
if you're going at Home Depot to steal, why you don't take a truck? How you gonna steal in a Malibu? That it won't fit. What you still in the sink? Like what can you put in a Malibu?
Well, but what could
something.
she put in her purse? They said she was putting stuff in her
I'm
purse.
not knocking Malibus, Antoinette. I'm just saying that's not a car
Antoinette,
you
it sounds
steal
like she might
in.
be knocking them. I'm just saying.
Were you
She's
still in
kind
a
of knocking them.
Malibu? Okay, I'm moving on. I think you would be better in something else. So I do want to talk about this before we get into the show. And I didn't screenshot it. Well, Carlos was like trying to say that live ratings didn't matter. So somebody was talking about their
I saw his
ratings.
post.
But didn't he always dog Atlanta's live ratings? Like, I don't
Yes.
understand.
You know,
Because
do the
nobody knows
networks
the streaming.
do the networks measure that stuff differently or something?
Well,
Yes.
Peacock, when people were talking about Salt Lake and how bad they were, I mean, Bravo put out a thing saying that Salt Lake's ratings were really good on Peacock. And so that's when Carlos was like, see, I told you live ratings don't matter. But when it came to like Atlanta or Potomac or any of the like the black shows, I feel like he knocked their ratings when they were higher than like 4 or 5 times higher than his ever were. So
Mhm.
why does he do that? I don't. Why is he so hard on the black shows? What do y'all think?
Maybe that is really the shows he watches the most, and he just forgets
He's
he's no
kind of
longer working
hard
there.
on. He's hard on New Jersey, and
Is he hard on New Jersey too?
yeah, because
Okay.
he has a kinship to those shows. He feels like he does, and it could be a little bit of possession. You know, he worked on Atlanta. He
Atlanta,
worked
and
on.
he worked on New
I don't know
Jersey.
if he worked on Potomac, but you know, he thinks he's trying. You know, he feels the connection. I ain't saying it's right, but
Well, Callie thought he was hard on Potomac because it was
Is he
beating his
black this
DC
week?
show. You remember when you said that?
What did I say? I'm sorry.
That it was beating his show because he got a show like in the area. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beating his stuff, and you know, I can't quite figure out what Carlos. He'll do some things that kind of contradict what he said about another show, or
I don't
he's
think
different. I just start kind of giving up on him. I don't know.
All right, so let's get to the show. So Tiffany walks in. She's still wearing her paparazzi jewelry. And I'm like, Tiffany, you done had a baby, okay? You cannot have that baby around that $5 jewelry. No shade, no tea, no shade. But he don't need to be putting his mouth on that because it's probably gonna give him something. You know what I'm saying? So,
girl, she do. Let me see. All 3 pieces matching. Let me see.
and they was big too. I was like, she done went to the.
Do. She, you know what, girl, whoever her paparazzi,
Ain't nothing wrong with paparazzi. Look, I was a plunder stylist for a long time. Now jewelry was a little higher than paparazzi, so I know about the selling of the jewelry. But
A plunder, what is that?
plunder was a little higher quality than paparazzi. You know, it costs a lot. It costs a lot more, but it's just like paparazzi. But I sold it. If you want some, I can send you some because I got a whole bunch still left. But anyway,
So there was jewelry called paparazzi.
What do y'all think about Tiffany and her messiness as soon as she appears on the screen?
She's a producer plant.
Child.
I mean, but she went right into what about our brand? I mean, she didn't even hesitate. It is about her. It's about her business, and Keke ain't giving the right image. I mean, she went right to that. I'm like, wow.
Who did it remind you of, Callie? Did it remind you of anybody?
On other franchises. Who would have done that on other franchises?
Somebody did it. To your girl, EJ.
Somebody did it to her?
Sutton. Remember all of them?
No. See, I try not to think about Sutton.
I didn't think Sutton was a
did it to
producer plant, though.
But she's not. But I'm just saying, it kind of reminded me of, are they trying to go the Sutton route? Because I know Carlos is watching the shows. And it was like, I'm worried about my brand and, what it's going to do to me.
I was taking about the bluntness. How blunt. Yeah. That's something Sheree would do.
Sheree would do it. Antoinette said Teresa. I don't know if Teresa honey done been to jail. She can't.
If she don't like you, yeah, she will.
You think she would?
And she would only do that to like Margaret. She wouldn't even do that to Melissa. She snake disses Melissa.
Yeah.
But she would do that to Margaret. And she would have done it prior to Jackie because she did. She did it. Remember, she opened one season at the opening.
Yes, child.
Jackie's husband's birthday party.
Birthday party, honey. Get Teresa dirty.
Child, y'all heard he having an affair with some woman at the jail.
We was all in, honey. But yeah, so but how can you, people were upset with Tiffany, but did she have a valid point by saying if she's
Well,
at the Home Depot stealing on Crime
mhm,
Stoppers, do we
yeah.
need to have her around?
No, I mean, she's definitely, look, the human side of me saying she sucks. The
Mm-hmm.
real side of me, like, they're right. She shouldn't be. That's why I said I understand today why Marcel did that. I
Yeah.
didn't initially. If this was a situation where your cousin been clean for 10 years, this wouldn't have been an embarrassing situation. When people are in
Is Joy
recovery,
stuck or is it me?
they are, I ain't gonna say they're
I be me
proud
because I'm
telling
driving. Okay.
stories, but they're proud of how far they've come. I never saw that from her. She looked like, I ain't gonna say she looked like, it felt like watching her that she was still in the midst of issues.
Yeah.
And not that you get clean and all your problems are solved. I mean, I don't think she wasn't done yet. I mean, just to kind of put this in perspective, y'all,
Tiffany
if she's
doesn't really
been
know
on
that though.
methadone for a year, when she first came on, like the years prior, she has been using. This is too much. She shouldn't be on this show. This should not want to be in an association. I agree with that. She shouldn't be.
It just,
That told me, I had this conversation with y'all when she said she only been on there for a year. I'm like, oh,
So couldn't it be that she got clean
yeah,
and then
and relapsed.
figured out that she couldn't stay clean, so she went to
would you be
methadone,
thinking that?
or is it right
No,
after you use?
no, they give you methadone so you don't crave the drug.
Okay.
So she's been on that for. I was surprised they even do that, because when back in the day when they would put you on methadone, when like you on heroin, you weren't on that for no year. You were like on that for I don't know how many months, but most of the time it was like 90 days. And
Okay,
then
so
you
we
go
have a
into
question.
outpatient.
So lawsuit and liens aren't brand tarnishing. So a
Thank
few people
you,
on the cast do have
Stormy.
lawsuits. I don't know about the
No,
Mm-hmm.
liens.
no,
Not a lien.
no, not business wise, no, and
Yeah.
not
What?
no, no. That's that no. And I'll say this: whenever, first of all, I could go and put a lien
Yeah,
on every
liens don't
last
matter
one of
to
their
me.
houses
Yeah.
without them even knowing. Like for real, they
Mm-hmm.
won't know if they sell their house or something like that. They'd be like, "Who is Joy?
You
I don't
trying
owe
to
her
tell
nothing."
me? You trying to tell me if you found out Sheree had a lien on her house, you would still work with
Well,
her?
okay. I wouldn't have issue because okay, see,
Not
when I
about a lien,
She ain't
no.
paid nobody in town nothing at all.
well,
I mean,
Sheree's a
I
different story.
personally, we know Sheree don't
We
pay.
know Sheree.
So,
But even
but
having
a
said that,
lien isn't a deterrent, because most situations that you're dealing with, you would have no idea about a person's lien, and
and
even
so
the
that's my question.
lawsuits come with business. I don't care. You could be the best business person with the highest moral ever, and somebody can sue you. That don't even bother me. Theft, drugs,
Yeah.
that sort of thing does. That would bother me.
Would you be saying all that right now about a year or whatever she must have still been doing? She should. Would you be saying all that right now if Tiffany didn't open up the show with negativity about her? Or
we had
did
this
Tiffany put that on your
conversation
mind?
years
And
ago.
is that her
No.
intention?
When the episode, if you go back and watch the show, the episode that Keke said that she been on methadone for a year, I had this conversation with y'all.
Yeah, she
I know
did. We had it via text
like,
and we got on live. Yeah.
Like her recovery is new. I thought more so telling Tiffany's business was old business. That would have been wrong. This is that girl has been using since this show has aired. She shouldn't have been on TV. He had every right to expose it.
I don't think he had a right to expose it, Joy.
But
Joy, nobody has a right to put your personal business out there.
Did.
We have no reason to believe she was over there really in need of something from Melody and them that would have required her to know that information. There's no way in the world.
How do you not believe that she was still? If she's only been on methadone
What do you
for a
mean she was
year,
still? That would have been
that
the first time we
means
heard about it anyway. And
let's no.
we shouldn't
Let's
be
go.
hearing about it from Marcel Scott, who's not even a
He
blood relative.
didn't. We didn't.
What? So we heard it from
No, we heard it from Tiffany and Keke when they had their argument.
Yes.
Today or last season? What do you mean?
I'm talking about when this whole situation. Let's first of all let's backtrack. One of the hashtags I remember her saying is that when they started this show, you kind of get the impression that she was supposed to be a part of the original cast.
Yes.
And that they and the Scots blocked it by telling her business. So we're in season 6. 6 years ago, at some point, Keke has been using. She's only been on methadone for a year. I'm gonna keep saying that, y'all. So I don't know if it's been all of them years, some of them years, but her recovery is still very new. And what all I'm saying is, if you believe that she was supposed to come on this show, we should not. Keke right now, we shouldn't even know who she is. She should never been a part of this show. She still should. She still should. It's too fragile. A person's recovery is too fragile to be on national TV trying to do this. This is torture. The criticism,
especially with the people she on there with, child, with Tiffany, yeah. One of the.
The criticism that she's going to get could drive a person into a spiral that you can't control. I'm not coming from a place of hatred.
Criticism will not be good. I get it. It's not going to be good.
We're concerned.
But it might have been easier if it didn't come from Marcel and Tisha.
It shouldn't have came.
Well, okay, let's get to when Mel went over there. I know I'm skipping, but what do y'all think when Keke came to the door? And I know the producers probably kind of made it seem like she was talking a little more than she was, because that's how they do it. But it did seem like she was all over the place, and she had this fan, and she was always like sweating. Because you remember when she met with Tish last. So I'm like, is she going through early menopause? Is this a thing of drug? Keke.
Oh, right.
Remember when she was sitting there with Mel?
All kind of stuff that went through my head. Yes.
So what do y'all think about that scene? Like the production tried to make it seem like she was talking. And then she had her little purple fan and she was hot.
I thought that was disgusting. And I even I even recorded part of it so I could post it later. I think they turned it into a comedy scene. They tried to put the comedy music in the background as she was appearing to be manic as heck.
Right.
Yeah, but I just think that is okay. First of all, if you are a real addict, then maybe you are out there doing some things you shouldn't do. But even if there's a rumor about it, and you're on TV with the people that have known those rumors, then the production team should have been more responsible, if you ask me. They've asked her to be on the team. They know she has a drug problem. Now they're showing her acting a little bit manic, a lot of bit manic, with comical music in the background. I didn't like that.
That's what I thought.
I really didn't.
Is that what you think that guy was talking about? I can't remember his name, but y'all mentioned him. Well, they said that he wished they didn't show her story this way, or is it something different?
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I think they're talking about. The guy was talking kind of coy. He wasn't. He was talking as if he knew something and wasn't going to give us all of it, or so. I wasn't sure all the details. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't think she should be on TV. I would rather see Wanda acting up than to see this girl who may be in a fragile state on national TV, because the pressure from the internet, to me, the average person folds.
Yeah. I would fold. I mean, I don't know. She did. I need to find. Did y'all see her Instagram post? I can go find it. What she was. Okay, yeah.
What she said.
Let me go find it. I'm asking another question. And then I'll go look for it. Okay.
Let's talk about Marceau and what's his
name?
Y'all
talk about that, and I will go look for the thing. Marceau and Courtney's meet up.
When Courtney,
Yeah, first of
Go
all,
ahead.
I really like Courtney. He just cracks me up, Mr. Calm, cool, and collected. Marcel is so disrespectful, but you know I like me some Marcel. He is rude and disrespectful, and he's really sitting there trying to point out that Mr. Beasley himself sells girl stuff. Don't you with your wife and your daughter stuff? Aren't they girls? What am I missing here? How are you trying to talk down about him when, come on now, I'm sure you've helped out with some parts of what's going
No,
on with
not
your
Marcel.
daughter.
He don't even know about it.
Yeah, well,
He don't help his family. But I
well, he
feel like
doesn't
when
live
you
with them. Look, he doesn't live with them, so I can see how that might
right,
be confusing. Okay.
you know.
hmm On to
So
that.
I feel like when he said, you always in women's business. Do you agree that Marceau is always in women's business? That's the first
He
question.
is. Well, he is.
I don't
Yes.
think he's always in. Not
Oh,
like you
come
see
on.
Brandon on Love and Marriage Detroit. No, I think
Not
that
like the Anthony guy.
y- yeah, was it Brandon?
Oh,
Oh,
that guy
and
right there.
yeah,
Woohoo.
yeah, not him. He's bad. Now I think he's trying to be Marceau. I said that. I think
Right.
he's really trying to be Marceau. I don't think he's always in women's business. I really do think that Marceau is if it's in front of him, he's gonna have an opinion. But Marceau ain't gonna be sitting up there with Kimmy and talking about, so he's not. He might get wrapped up in a conversation, but you're gonna bring that conversation to him somehow. I don't think he looks for him. He just don't know how to just sit back and listen. Like, you can't see Marceau sitting over there talking to Kimmy about nothing. I just don't see that, or Mel about nothing. But if somebody brings something to his table where he eating, he gonna have an opinion about it. He
He
just
can't
don't know
avoid
how.
it. He's a control freak, is what Annette said.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't agree, Joey.
he
I
don't.
think he's whether it's at his table or not. If it's going on, he's going to take part in it. That's just who he
If
is.
it's in front of him, yes. Not if he's not going to seek it out. But in my opinion, being in a man's business, he's the guy that's going to go seek out somebody to find out something. I ain't never seen him do that. But if you at his restaurant, you sitting down at his table and you bringing him some crabs, he's going to participate. If it's physical, actually the only time I saw him in some crap, but Melanie handled it, I have to admit, like a champ. And they probably edited the shit out of that scene. When Marceau calls himself going to Melanie to do some damage control about what his brother Mark posted on the internet, Melanie
Mm-hmm.
has sense enough not to allow that to even take part of this show. That was smart, because the things that Mark was saying was crazy.
Yes.
So she had sense enough to handle it in such a way to not even allow that conversation to be had. That was the only time I saw him in some mess, because in my opinion, what your brother did was jacked up, but that really wasn't his place, because you can't control your grown brother,
Not that one.
and especially not him.
So, Callie, what do you think?
Um, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
Do you think Marcel? I think that Marcel likes. I think he thinks he's funny. So I don't.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
I
with
think
you,
he
Joy.
I
I
tries
think
don't
to.
he's
think.
funny.
Yeah,
I
He's
I
think
proven
don't
to be
he's
think
able to
that
do that for
he
so
like
long that
seeks
that's
out
why
and
we
be like,
like him.
"Ooh, let's call Kimmy to see what the tea is."
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
he's doing that. But I
yeah.
think he likes it when he's in the mix. Like he enjoys stirring the pot. Because
And
even
stepping
that
away.
conversation,
He
I feel
wants
like
to
when
step
Martell and Tiffany had that conversation, if
away.
Marceau wouldn't have been there, it wouldn't have
Mhm.
been an issue. But he stirred the pot. You remember the conversation when Lou got
Oh,
kind of mad?
yeah.
Marceau was the reason that conversation went left. It wasn't
He was
Martell or Tiff.
right,
So he likes to stir the pot and
mhm,
get people riled up.
right.
But
I agree with that.
yeah, I don't think that he just seeks it, but I think he loves it. That's my opinion with him. So do you think
And
go ahead.
do you think Courtney went off on who got the best of who?
That's
Because
what
that
I'm about to
was
ask,
the
Joy.
conversation. Yeah, people were people were debating that, and people were saying Courtney ate up more. So I was like, how?
Yeah, I think Courtney did
I I was like, I
because
don't know who
Marcel
got
he just puts out joking responses.
right.
Courtney just had to let him know. I see you know what business I'm talking about. I see you sitting there playing because that's what Marcel needs to do to avoid
Mm-hmm.
getting his head beat in. Just saying. I'm
But
Courtney won that altogether.
I didn't think so because when you're coming from emotion, and in my opinion, that's where Courtney was coming from, you can laugh at a person because this is the reality. Y'all want to talk about something? This wasn't even about the principal. This was all ego. It was $100. Ain't nobody hurting on either end for $100.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think it was ego. I think it was principle. It was principle
I don't
because
think
his
it was
wife
principal.
brought it to him. His wife brought
I
it to
think it
him.
was principle too because Courtney was like, "Man, look, you say you need $100. Me and you probably done broke bread together and played basketball a million times
Mhm.
during that process, and you ain't never said, 'Man, where's the $100?' But when you see my wife, you gonna go to her and ask her for $100 a day
He
of
was
when she doing
definitely.
you a
I think he.
favor."
But to be fair, because I ain't taking up for him, maybe I am. But if
You are.
I think Marceau saw how big her display was, it was like she done took up 4, 5 people's
But that's his
food.
fault because he didn't send dimensions out. When you have an event,
He didn't send out
event,
nothing.
That's
you
true.
They
send
didn't know
out to
what they were
people the
doing.
dimensions of the space
That's
so
true.
they know what to bring, what size table, what they need. This was unorganized, and she didn't
And
sell
Stormy,
anything. She
I
right?
gave
was
Yeah,
away
just going to
stuff.
say that she said she gave away everything. He
right.
said, "Sell your product." I heard him say
I
that.
heard him say that too. She gave away stuff, and she was a last minute speaker. She did so many favors for you. And
Mhm.
then when Kimmy and Maurice, which we're gonna talk about them in a minute, because Maurice, everybody didn't have to pay.
He said, "Well,
Once they realized that they had a $10,000 bill, which I'm like, that's shouldn't be that bad. But then they start charging people on the back end. So you didn't charge the people beforehand, but you're gonna charge
Yeah,
the people later.
that's what it sound like. That's what it sound like. That everybody didn't pay,
So
and
yeah."
it
I
was
can,
like,
yeah. Now I don't
yeah.
know who
So
got the
But
maybe he
best of
was
fruit.
depending
I thought
on.
$100 was a really low figure
It's
for,
low. Yeah,
especially
It's the
for something that was allegedly filmed.
yeah,
I don't know how much of a buzz they really got or how many walkers they got through there, but if you had the radio station there, it seemed like it would have been a blowout because it was a free event. You know what I mean? All the players of this show was gonna be there. It
yeah.
seemed like they would have been pushing people to stay away. And that $100 would have been low. It should have. I ain't never got no booth for $100 other than
Yeah.
when
and
I used.
but that to me it showed how much he really needed that money because if there were a whole lot of people that were there that didn't pay, Courtney and Stormy was the ones you knew that really had the money, and you wanted to make sure you get something either way. I don't I think they were in the red with that whole event.
And
It's
then who made the appointment where they said, well, if you're doing something for the community, then why are you charging these people who you're supposed to be
Right.
doing something for? And I feel like that's a good point too. I don't know.
I
But I
mean,
feel like Courtney, I think they
the
both kind of won.
vendors always even if you got a free event, you have vendors. Now, if you got a free building, even if it's for a community, you would charge the vendor something. And
I
even if
mean,
it was a
but I think the way that they
store,
thought it was
but
going
it
to be was
wasn't
more
a
so it's
free
like we
bill.
doing all this for the
It was a
community. So we
right.
gonna let them have the booths. Because at first it was free joy. And then when they saw their bill, then they start charging. So I think if it first it was free for the community, and then they saw their bill, and then
It
they were like,
shouldn't have.
"Oh, we want to have $10,000, so we're gonna start charging 100." From what Maurice and Kimmy said. Now that's
But
what they
that's
said.
still low. That's still, I mean, $100. I mean, if you're gonna sell $100 worth of halfway decent product,
I would hope
that's
so.
that is nothing.
Yeah, but I
I would.
think the
I
point
was
is
in
that some
Huntsville.
people
I
were free and some people were
definitely would have
not.
been
Now
there. You know what I mean?
that's not being fair. Like you can't have
I
some
agree
people
with
being
that.
free.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if I lived in Huntsville, I would have definitely had my
Oh, I
lotions
would
out.
have done it for
You know,
$100.
yeah,
But
no,
what was I also gonna say? Oh, okay. So let's talk about the Courtney thing. I feel like Courtney did a good job of not letting Marceau bait him into a screaming match, because Marceau tries to go tit for tat, and Courtney was like, I ain't gonna do that. I got stacks, I got bands. And then he said, we can't
I
match
thought
dollar for
he gave
dollar.
him $800. No, did he give him 80? Because I was so
No, he gave
confused.
him no Marceau. He was giving 20s. He said that's just
Right.
60. He said I know, so he kept giving her 20. But do you think Marceau made her pay on some taxes on them tips? Somebody said that they thought that he was gonna take that
What?
tip from that girl. She better not give him her tip.
I couldn't tell who. I was wondering, was that Tisha who picked up that money?
I don't think so.
So
I
I don't
couldn't
either.
tell.
Tisha would have insisted on being on camera.
Yeah, that wasn't her. That was the bartender. But it looked like wasn't nobody in there, so that's all the tips she got that day. Cause it looked
Well, that kind of bar is not going to be busy until late at night anyway, right?
I would
They
think
got a
not.
bar.
So
It's
maybe
pretty
she okay.
popular. It's pretty
Oh, I was gonna show
popular.
y'all Kiki's thing. Hold on. Yeah, I know
I
I get confused. And then we'll move on to I want to move on to Kimmy and Maurice.
Kimmy looks good, by the
Okay.
way.
She said, good morning. I'm Keke Jabbar. I interrupt this program and Facebook scrolling this morning to bring you some news without the breaking folk. Okay. I don't know what this means. What does this mean?
But it's completely without the break, folks. How could this possibly be until proven? Innocent until proven, Keke. Oh my. So she didn't know that was going to be the title of the
I
episode.
guess not, honey.
What shall ever happen? How will this all play out? Be sure to
When I
join
saw
us
this, I
every
said a child wrote this.
Saturday. A child?
There's no
I
way.
don't think it was a child. I think she's being funny.
Joy is being shady.
Right?
Girl, how do you look for all of them different emojis?
It was so I couldn't even, yeah.
Insane.
That was like, is it the white people? Oh no, okay. Okay. At least she used the black emojis. Okay.
I'm like, she got lights, camera, action.
She got the
police.
po-po.
Right. That's weird. Like the devil.
She got the siren.
All I can say is if Martell would use more of these, maybe we can understand every time he's always got a misspell, grammatical error or something somewhere. Okay. Emoji away.
It just looked childish to me when I saw it.
Yeah, I think she was being childish. I think that was the point.
Childish.
So, but wait a minute, am I the only one that was upset by that music and stuff, the comedy that they were playing in the background? Did that not bother anybody but me?
I didn't like it.
At the end?
No, when Keke and Mel was talking.
Yeah.
Keke and Mel talked that night?
Yeah, it was when she had the fan. And she was saying she
fell asleep.
She was acting real manic.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Because see, I saw the part with Kimmy. I must have fell asleep.
Yeah, this was after the Kimmy one. So you got to go back and watch it. So Mel went to go check on Keke. Keke act like she wasn't going to talk about it until Mel was like, so I saw you on the news. What's going on? And then it's to be continued. But yeah.
Oh, that's how it ended.
Keke.
I didn't like it. I felt like they tried to make her seem very manic, bipolar, on drugs. She was sweating with a fan. Like she had gained like 30 pounds. Wait till you see her. That's why I'm like, she was a bigger. And does methadone make you gain weight?
I don't know.
I don't either.
That's what she looked like the last time. That's why I didn't think it was her, because that person on there had a slimmer face.
Okay, so let's talk about Maurice and Kimmy.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about this conversation?
Am I on mute or something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't through with my comment.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Forget. Keke. Okay. So the only thing that's ever made me think maybe Keke is using now is when she threw the story up about having to go to the hospital and an ambulance and pain and nothing was wrong. So when I heard that part, my heart, it kind of broke, because you never really know what's going on with people. It is what it is. But that just sounded like, let me put this out there in case it comes up type thing. And so I just thought that was really sad, which made the music in the background even more of a headache for me, just irritate the heck out of me. Anyway, that was it.
Oh, yeah, she was like, I have been having these back spasms so bad that I had to
And
go
I don't know
to
why
the
it was so much
hospital.
pain.
And a lot of people, she said, I
Yeah.
had to even have the ambulance come. I couldn't just go. And so a lot of people were
Yeah.
saying
So
she was
that
trying to
broke
go
my
to
heart
get
right there.
opioids.
Hey,
Yeah. But anyway, I'll shut up.
Well, I
That was
mean, we
it.
are older because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I woke up one morning and I limped, and I have no idea what happened. I just was like, I'm living, and now my foot hurt. So she could just
Listen,
be old,
we know I've been through that too. My leg
right?
would just stop hurt
So,
working sometimes.
but
Okay. But
with her background, it makes you suspicious,
yeah,
and
it was a little
and
jarring. I
that's
didn't
what
like that.
people are
But oh
going
well.
to think. Yes, Callie,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I hope that at the end of this, or we understand, because at
Yeah.
this moment, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna get worse
And
before it gets better. No thanks to Marsaw.
that's why I was saying, like, I would want my cousin, like, for real. This could ruin this girl forever. This is an educated woman that's going through
hmm
something serious. I
Yeah.
don't think
Her
they should
cousin don't seem to
exploit her
care.
like that. Yeah, like, this should like stop. Like for
Yeah.
real, it should like stop.
well, let's stay with
I
That's
this
really
my
don't get the
topic.
feeling that Tisha's scared. I mean that
Let's stay
Tisha
with this
cared. I
topic
really
because
don't.
now that you said that, Callie, when Tish and Kimmy were in there eating the good looking charcuterie board,
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Wasn't
um,
it
what did
cute?
look good? She
girl,
had a
that looked
nice.
so good. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I want that right
She
now.
probably stopped down at the local Piggly Wiggly and could
Child,
report she had company. Okay.
She didn't have any. I saw meat, but I ain't see no cheese.
it was cheese and it was great. Girl, it looked good. I was like, I need this
I
right here
I
in
saw
my
was
the
wanting
life.
grape
strawberries after that.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strawberries,
Anyway.
yes. Okay, but anyway,
Mm,
when her and Kimmy were talking, okay, let's talk about the rental.
yeah. Meanwhile, back at the house, Marcel's getting peace. Okay. The rest of y'all are in this
I'm not
tight
looking at
little
my notes. That's why I'm all over the place,
scene.
but it was so much going on. Okay, so
Mm.
does it make it make sense? You move out of your house that's too little to renovate to another house that's
That's
the same
smaller.
size,
Smaller. Hmm.
that's smaller. Does that make sense?
But
Somebody help
I
me.
he
don't know what's going on with them. I wonder they in the same situation as Martell, trying to find a place to stay.
Right. I don't understand.
I mean, it
you know,
could be
oh yeah, I
because
don't know. So
is she trying to renovate the new house? Was that what
So
he
they're
was?
no,
I mean,
renovating their
no, this
old
is an
house.
old
This
house over there on the corner of 23rd Prospect. This is the
I
old
don't know why
house with the
that
eighty
he
thousand
just
dollar car
won't
in the
buy a
yard.
house. They should buy a house at this point and can sell it as long as it's taking them. They could literally go
right.
house
I would have rather bought a house
and
and
renovate
flipped
it.
it later. Cause honey, they ain't even got the sewer, the water, the lights, this gonna be 8 years in the making.
Or
They
they gonna be like all my aunties now. You want to wait till all your children get grown and gone to move into a big, nice house. Like
don't make no
who
sense.
raised four children? There ain't none of them get to live in this.
I don't think none of theirs gonna get to live in it either.
You know, there's one thing about this show that has always bothered me since maybe the second or third season, because
What?
it just doesn't match what is said, in my opinion, is how they say that this show is all about Black excellence.
Mm.
And we've seen
It
some
is black.
troubling things. Well, Joy, you're sitting here talking about Keke and all of her issues. That's Black excellence.
Well, I okay. Let me say this. I
That,
no.
but yeah,
The short answer is no.
let me just finish it. But that was my point. So that's the only thing, because we definitely see a couple of people on here that are doing some positive things, right? Some of the other, it's just not. It's not really what I would have expected with that. With that Black. Not that there's not. Yeah, clearly we have Melody, thank God, and other people that are being successful, but there's so much negativity. So to
Yeah.
think that's what we look at as Black excellence, I don't like the way that all rolls together, because that's in so many ways. There's things that have been a part of this, with people on the show and off the show, that does not define Black excellence to me.
There have been opportunities. There was actually one that they missed this last situation, was that charity thing. Is when they can't all get on board to even display Black excellence. Because in my opinion, that was a missed opportunity. That was one of the things that I thought was kind of sad, that one, Melanie didn't participate. And, you know, really, when what's his name said they're doing this as what Maurice had mentioned, we might as well do this. This is the same thing that we was trying to do as a up group or whatever it was called. And he was
Comeback.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah, comeback group. And he was saying, why won't we just do this as a comeback? Like, I think had they allowed their egos to go to the side and really like focus on that event, they would have had, 6 heads instead of 2. And some of these little kinks could have been fixed, could have been whatever, and this could have been a positive experience for them all. They're having missed opportunities. Black excellence, in my opinion, is kind of a phrase that I'm not really crazy about. I understand
I'm
it,
not
but
either.
it tends to associate with the closeness to whiteness. That's why it bothers me.
Because
Black
it
excellence,
makes it seem like Black excellence is rare. Does that make sense
yeah,
to you?
yes, and
And I
it's
don't think that's true.
only when it's this close to whiteness
Yeah.
as it can get, whatever the situation is. So,
Well,
black excellence would have been everybody showing up, doing what they supposed to do, giving 100%, and you have this
yeah,
highly successful event. And the reality is, some events happen like that,
yeah,
and
yeah, I
some
know.
fall apart. And sometimes you make a whole lot of mistakes. In my opinion,
Yeah,
this
you
was
do.
driven by ego. Tish and
Well,
Marceau, had they offered that up as a comeback group event and
uh-huh.
laid out what they could do for the community and in front of the cameras, I really do think they all would have came along. But when you're single-handedly deciding to make all the decision as this is us, nah.
I agree with that. I really
Right.
do.
Okay.
Go
Answer.
ahead,
Yeah. Same
Callie.
here.
Finish your
So
thing.
then, Joy, it sounds like then you do agree with me saying that Black
Yeah.
excellence, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I just think
Yeah,
because I
I'm not
don't mean
arguing
that.
with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
said
mean
the
that at
short
all.
answer was yes.
I don't mean that at all, like to disrespect the people on the show, because clearly we are seeing some great things on the show, and it's not
Right.
all from Melody. Tiffany does some great things as far as we know. Long as Sheree ain't around, and Stormy. Oh, let me say this about Stormy while it's on my mind. Did y'all see Stormy's part of the show when she said she has all of her stuff caught up to like a 3-day ship out now?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
I was so
Yeah.
proud of her. I was like,
Yeah.
"You go,
Well, you
girl."
know she stopped shipping everything but the what you call it, glaze stuff.
Oh,
Like
has she?
all the other stuff she's not shipping.
Oh. Why? Because they're drop ship from the distributor or whatever.
I don't know. I guess the
Because I
glaze
thought they
is
were
so
distributed.
popular. That's all she's shipping right now.
Okay. Anyway, all right,
It
good,
was
good.
like that for a minute. It could have changed, but yeah.
Yeah, that term is just anyway a little dangerous, but okay.
Dang it, I lost my thought. Okay, so they sitting at the thing eating a charcuterie, and they had a white refrigerator. So they should. I want to use the Nene
Wait a
memes if
minute.
you can.
No, you got to tell the whole story. It wasn't just the white refrigerator. All 3 pieces were different.
Okay,
All
the
of them were
stove was a
different.
stove stainless steel, and the microwave was black. Everything was.
I didn't even notice that.
Yes,
That's a
all
scary
I
3.
was
thought,
trying. And I'm thinking, where did they find this rental? And the
Jordan.
kids even look sad, like we moving into this little house. Like, where am I gonna sleep? I don't understand, Ish. I don't understand.
I
But do
think
you
Wait a
think they
minute.
were wrong for gossiping about Keke or no?
Yes, they're wrong for gossiping. Tisha is the girl's cousin. I don't care how mad you are at her. You ain't gotta like her. You are not supposed to trash her in public TV like that,
I
because
agree.
that's the reason she's gonna come out in a couple weeks and hear that that we're gonna hear about the threesome. That shouldn't be happening. But that's the way Tisha has disrespected her own family to me and Wanda, whoever it is.
Let me
None of it
say
should be
this.
happening.
For one, I really do think Tisha warned her. I really do think so. I really do.
Warned her from what?
I do think she warned her about. I don't think. I don't think this is
You mean she
new.
warned Melody about the drugs?
Yes, and her
That part.
of
You
Keke. I
mean
hope.
Keke?
Yes, I hope you
Okay.
clean. That they're going to roast you. There's no way
Okay,
you
well,
can
we know that didn't happen.
not have that conversation with your cousin, even if and it could have been had on camera and we didn't see it.
She doesn't want her on the show. She doesn't want her on there. She has not been positive with that girl at all. And then with Marcel leading the charge. What do you mean you see why?
I wouldn't want my cousin to be subjected to nothing like this. Period. If anything, I would be worried about like the pressure of my cousin whose sobriety is fragile.
They're not worried about her though, Joy. They told her business.
I mean, I don't know why you
go ahead and say that, Joy. You're gonna say they didn't tell it? Is that what you're gonna say? They did not tell it?
Who did they tell it to?
They told Mel and Martell, I think. Well, according to Keke, they told a lot of people. We don't know.
The only ones we know are the ones on TV. So
I mean,
how many hundreds
even
of
if they did, I don't know who they told. I know
you do know they told that. That's why the only reason we're even talking about it on the show.
No, we know about it because Keke really brought it to the show. You told my personal business. Ain't no way in HE double hockey sticks that line would have ever came out of my mouth.
Well, I don't think that she was gonna say what it was.
I don't know why she didn't think who she thinks she is.
Girl, you know some people don't understand reality TV. Like we understand it.
Come out and talk about you, but it shouldn't be your own family, Joy.
But they didn't. Keke bought this whole. What you're not seeing.
So did Keke tell us that Marcel and Tisha started the rumor, or what?
No. What you're not seeing is kind of like the what's her name effect? What was her name? Monique effect from Potomac. If I am on camera and I say, why you tell my deepest secret? Why you I'm mad at you because you told my deepest secret. You know she told my deepest secret.
Yeah, that's Monique, honey.
It's your deepest secret.
I only drink when I'm hungry. I only drink when I'm hungry. I'm a social drinker. Oh, you got drunk? No, girl, I only had 2 glasses. Nobody asked you how many glasses you had, Monique. Nobody asked you.
Some people tell up like there's no way I would have ever brought on camera why I was mad at my cousin, even if that was the truth. Because it started a conversation that should have never happened. That she was
started the conversation. So am I missing it? You're saying the only reason we know about this is because of Keke and not
yes, Keke took it to Melanie.
So
Keke took it to Tick. Well, I can't remember.
And
so
Keke
took it to Melanie first.
Montique, the more rational one on the call. How do we know about this story? How do we know? What do you remember?
I remember.
It was the episode when they were over when she had the sleepover. That was Keke's first episode. Keke brought that up.
No, what I remember is Keke and Tish meeting at Black, and I don't know why they got to arguing, but it seemed like Tish was mad that Keke was on the show, and then Keke and her got into it, and she said, you mad about me saying something about Marceau when you told everybody my business too.
Right.
So I feel like they all told on each other. Everybody. Yeah.
But the reality is, the first time we heard there was a secret that Marceau and them told, it came out of Keke's mouth.
Yeah.
That's my point. Because there's no way if my secret had been what I had ever said something like that on camera. Even if I was flat out wrong on something, you wouldn't know why I was mad at her and had a chip on my shoulder. I wouldn't have told it. That's for sure. You're inadvertently telling on yourself because it became a topic of conversation. Like that day, we were online saying, well, what's the secret? And she was saying, it's going to come out.
Because everybody thought it was pedophile, like she messed with a student. Y'all remember that?
Yes, like there
Yeah.
were rumors. She started this conversation, not Tisha, not Marceau, not even Melanie. She started the conversation. Then she would eventually meet with Mel privately, and they would have the conversation, and she would tell it because
Yeah,
you
she
have
told what it was.
a tight lip. Even
She
for
told what it
almost the
was.
season, we didn't
Hmm.
know what it was.
Well, she
We
wanted
had
to be the
to
one
know.
to tell because if they told it, ain't no telling how they would have told the story.
Well,
So
we
I am
heard,
Right.
happy.
but listen,
They
listen,
didn't.
listen, Joy. When this came up, didn't Melody look at Letitia and say, "Yeah, they talked about it and they did it with a giggle in their voice"? Where'd that
That
come
Yes.
from?
came later. That came at the
Yeah.
reunion.
That was
That
later.
was that came at the reunion. They actually said that at the reunion.
No,
Yeah,
they
that was at
never
the
said it on the
reunion.
show about the
Now
laughing part.
you're talking about when her and Melanie sat down and talked. That's when she told it, and it came with a laugh. But she said it again at reunion. But
Okay, but
that
the
was
time when
only
she said
Keke
it on
and
the
Melanie.
show,
And
That was
Mel
Keke
did agree
and the
and
that
Melanie.
Marceau
was it
had
on
told a
camera?
lot of people. It wasn't
Huh?
just her and Martell, that Marceau went and told a lot of people. It's like they were happy that she was failing for some reason. That's
Okay,
how
so the
Keke felt.
conversation was being had on the show, right? When
Yes.
we heard Melody say, "Yeah, they said it with a laugh," she was saying that in response to Keke telling her own business.
Yes, that was Kiki's way of telling in a controlled situation. I wasn't
Yeah.
mad at her. She
Uh huh.
told Melanie about her that was not about her drug usage, but she was addicted to drugs basically, and Marceau was kind of dangling it over her as if he
Hmm.
was going to tell that is also true.
How
But
was
to
he
be
dangling
true,
it over? What was he dangling? What did he say?
because she had threatened to tell his business, and he said, "Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead and tell it. Go ahead." So both of them were really dangling information over each other. That
Well,
was
it's a sad situation, and the business is about to be told on everybody, from what it
yeah.
seems like. So I don't know. Do you feel like this is another situation where family shouldn't join the show? Well, I mean
Mm-hmm.
that don't matter because Maurice is on the show. So no.
I
Okay, let's get to Maurice and Kimmy. Then we got to get to Martell and Chris. Cause
mhm.
child, is Maurice tone deaf?
I wonder, is he acting at this point? I do
Okay,
wonder.
Joy, that is me and you agree. I was thinking that earlier today. Is Maurice playing us? He
Because
cannot.
I don't think he's that incensed. I just can't
Yes,
imagine.
I can't either. I have to think that he's trying to bring a little bit extra to the show by being a butthole.
Yeah,
I don't think he's really like that. I don't
yeah,
believe it for some reason. I don't think he would intentionally, just a natural thing for him to do. I think he's doing that to add something else to their story. What else do
yeah,
they talk about?
Is he
yeah.
trying to
Because
be like Marceau?
yes.
Hold on, we got somebody talking. Corsavella Fennel. Keke wasn't using. She said she had been in recovery for a few years, and it wasn't Marceau's place to tell Melody. They did that for selfish purposes to keep her off the show.
So if Marsau did tell Melody, so then when did Tisha, not Tisha, but when did Keke tell it if it was already told? What
Well,
happened between
they
then and
just
there?
remember when Melly had her come over and kind of help her pack some Seventh Avenue stuff. They were just talking, and she was saying, "I want to tell you what my side of it." And I don't know if she had a wreck or whatever happened, but Keke got some pills. This is when a lot of people didn't know you could get addicted to these, and a lot of people was like, "Well, I got it from my doctor. It can't be bad." So
Right,
it's not like she meant to become a drug addict. We're not going to say that because a lot of people, these pills, they did not understand them. And so
right,
then she started craving them and she started realizing, I have a problem. You know what I mean? So she was telling her all of that. So she did control the story when she
yeah.
sat down with Mel.
She's the only one that told it.
Yeah.
Nobody
Oh,
has said anything else. The only thing that I remember Marceau saying at the reunion was, "That ain't all to the story." That's all I remember
yeah,
is that ain't all to the story. So, but they let it ride. because even their
Yeah,
reunion
I would have
last
to go
year,
back and look at some more old
yeah,
scenes or something because
Yeah, go look
I
because
don't see
it's
it.
right when she came over to Mel's house and they were packing up stuff.
yeah,
So then
yeah.
where does Marcel fit in telling Melody?
He
He
told
did.
Mel at the
That happened
beginning, right when
before.
she was about to join the show. They were
That was
about to have the
before.
show, and
So
Keke
who
feels
told
like
first though? Who told
Marceau,
first? 'Cause
Marceau and Tish told Mel. They
Before the
did
show.
tell her
This
first,
wasn't on the show. This was
but it
before
wasn't on
her
the show.
show.
But it
It
kept her
looked
from the
like they
show.
were looking for it seems like she was going to be a part of casting.
Yeah.
That's what it appears. And the situation was halted because of what was told to them.
I still don't think they should have told. I still think if they were worried about her, they should have been like, look,
they ain't
Kiki's
worried
going through
about
some
her.
things. You may want to talk to her about what's going on, but we don't think she should be on the show. And it should have been Kiki's place to tell what was going on. I do not think they should have told. And
If
that's
she
just
was
me.
an active user, they had, in my opinion, had every right. And what's happening right now is the reason why.
They had zero right to tell
They
that
had
girl's
zero
business.
right. Whatever happens is Kiki's business to happen. If she wants to be on TV looking like this, that's on her. But
Well,
they
it's
should
on
not have
Tiffany.
told.
They're
They
right.
Well,
Tiffany is mean and as ugly as she can be. She is right about that.
But
This
Tiffany wasn't
show,
on the show then. It was just gonna
I'm
be
talking
them.
about what's happening right now.
Yeah.
The effects of her being on the show is happening right now.
It seemed
Now,
like Stormy has more grace and Mel has more grace than anybody. Because Stormy was like, I don't know what's going on with her. She said, but she seems like if this is her, she's in a low place and I just want her to get better. And
I
to
mean
me, I feel
that's the
like that
response
was
I
real.
think people should say. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what should have been
Tiffany
said.
did
But I
miss
feel
that.
like Tish, Marceau, Tish, Kimmy, to me, they were totally different about it. And maybe because it's affecting their family. But I feel like they didn't handle it the right way.
but
It's
I'm
like they were
like,
like, oh, yeah, but people look at her on the TV. Like they were more gossipy about it and didn't show any sympathy, any empathy, any care and concern, in my opinion.
I
Yeah, and that
mean,
just
Tiffany
that's
don't
so
like her
irritating.
either.
No, I'm talking about Tish
And we're
and
talking
Kimmy.
about family.
I'm talking about the
Um,
family. Tiffany, I understand because that's her. Like you said, that we always said she's the producer playing. We've always said they're feeding her stuff. Even with Sheree, I felt like they said, Tiffany, you don't want to do it. You know what I
Didn't they
mean?
though?
Um,
Mm-hmm. They did.
so yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So you feel like Maurice is
acting a little.
faking it.
I can't
Yes.
imagine. We talk about cancer here, not a headache, not my back hurt.
Right.
She had cancer,
Right.
and it's just like Kimmy said. I'm taking a medication where the side effects clearly say you may not have any mood for X, Y, and Z. And she's probably at a point where she can't, because there are things that women can take now. To they got kind of some kind of pill now that
Like
make a woman,
libido.
yeah.
Yeah. I know Jenny McCarthy said she took that, but that's another story. So I'm gonna say this. Kimmy is a nurse, right? How
Yes.
is this man arguing with a woman who is a certified nurse practitioner on what medicine can do?
And
When he
Yeah.
and
said you didn't read
she
that part,
doesn't.
because that's what made me
Yeah.
mad. When she was
No,
like,
he
well, what's the
he
timeline? She was like, I don't
He's
know.
trying to be funny.
He was like, oh, you
Doesn't
didn't read to
have
that
that.
part? You didn't
Yeah.
read to that? Really?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
handled that better than me. I don't get it.
I I swear to God, I think he's trying to. He has that Marcel of him that just don't come out the same way.
yeah.
And I
He's a
don't necessarily
version.
think that he is intentionally. I think he's not intentionally telling Kimmy what he's doing, but Kimmy got to look at him and be like, "I know this ain't the man that I married."
That's how
Yeah.
Kish used to look at Marceau. Sometimes she used to
Yeah.
look at him like,
Like,
like
did we
you,
discuss
Negro,
that?
please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I hope
exactly.
he's faking, and I pray he's faking because he pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. I was very upset with him.
I wasn't at all. So, which, when he was speaking, I will say it was in my mind thinking he is such a fool, but I have already made my mind up that he is not serious. He can't be. He seems to have a level head. I can't imagine him being that. I mean, he passed the bar the first time. This man cannot be
Yeah.
that clueless. I just really think, okay.
I think he, like
Mm-mm.
I said, I think he and Marceau are brothers, and they
Yeah.
have a sarcastic spirit.
Yes. Yes.
And so it's some
Marcel
things
carries
that they
better.
say I don't
Hmm.
necessarily believe.
Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? I
I mean,
don't.
because I think
I
he's
don't believe that. He said he kept his children once on the first season and said, "Well, I found out MJ is allergic to peanut butter. I
Well, I
probably
didn't even know that.
Hey, you know doggone well one of your babies is allergic to something like that. I ain't no
I would
way.
pray.
I knew then that Marceau wasn't to be taken seriously.
But is this? But when your wife is going through this, now this is something I feel like playing is good, but I don't feel like this is a playing moment.
Listen,
Yeah, as soon
this
as
is
them
probably what
cameras
gets
dropped, he
Kimmy
was like,
so
"Girl, you not
irritated.
understand."
This is probably what gets Kimmy so irritated. It's like, why is it that when the camera's on, you say some shocking stuff that you never said when the cameras were off? What is going on here?
That would piss me off.
She just kind of looks up at him like, now that's kind of rude. That could affect my libido too, the way you're talking right now. I think he's a nice guy. He ain't stupid. He's playing us. This is just his version of a Martha, and it ain't quite
Yeah, I'm telling you,
working. But
It's horrible.
yeah. I can't. He just seems like too nice of a guy, too smart of a guy to be that stupid. I just can't believe it.
Because I just can't see somebody being that sex crave. Maybe
Even
so.
in the preview, when he was talking to the therapist, and the therapist said, "So how much sex do you need?" And he sat back and says, "I don't know, doctor. How much is too much?" I mean, he is trying to be funny. Yeah,
he is. He
Maurice.
really is. I
Okay,
mean,
I'm happy y'all think it was funny because I was upset. So maybe I need to look at it from this perspective so I ain't mad. Let's go to the Chris and Martell of it all. Poor
Child,
child. Okay, so
child.
Chris walks in and he like looking for the moving boxes. Did you feel like he was looking to see if some stuff was packed up? Because I saw him looking around
Without
like,
his booties. Where are your booties? Okay.
what is the
Mm-mm.
boxes? What is the tray?
let me ask y'all a
So
question.
Yeah.
go ahead.
Martell about that. Martell told him when they first sit down, you know, I'm building a house over there on such and such. So I wonder, was he building a house to sell or building a house to live in?
I
Right.
think it was to
I
sell.
wonder
Remember,
that
he was
too.
supposed to be buying a house and building it with Belinda.
Is that the one? Is that what we talking about? The Belinda
I mean,
Is
I
that
property?
what
don't
we?
know of any other one.
I don't know, but I heard him say that. So I was
So
wondering,
maybe
was
he's
he
just staying with
trying
his
to
mama
stretch
until
it
then.
until this house would get fixed? I was trying to make sense of the conversation because y'all know I'm a
Hmm.
read between the eyes type of girl. I don't. I'm always thinking that too much is on a cutting floor to make sense of conversation. So I'm trying to make sense of them, and
Well,
sometimes the conversation didn't make sense.
well, what didn't make sense to me is when they did the flashback and Chris
Mm-hmm.
told him, "You got 8 months in this house. It's a month-to-month lease. You got eight
Mm-hmm.
months."
Mm-hmm.
And when month 6 came, Martell didn't start. Month 5 came, he didn't start trying to find somewhere else to live. If Tish
Yeah, he
them
was
could find a
struggling
house within this little short time period, why can't he
with
find
three
one?
different kind of appliances.
It don't. Yeah, like why?
I'm
And then
just
he
saying.
said, "Well, you're my friend. Does that have to anything to do with anything?" What do y'all think about that?
Okay,
No.
so this is the Martell we know and don't love. This part of Martell.
Yeah.
There is a connection in every friendship that he has. It has to be somebody that he can mooch off of in one way or another. Yes, it does. That's why he doesn't have his builder's license yet. Why? Because Melody passed the test. Melody has it. Well, then after the divorce, you still can't pass the test. And he told that friend of his, that's the other guy that's not normally on the show, he said to him, "What do I need it for? You have yours." So he connects his friendship to people he think can do something for him. That's why he was so comfortable saying to Chris, "But you're my friend. If you can't find a house that quick, what makes you think I can?" And Chris is like, fiduciary responsibility. You're not selling a house. Somebody is trying to move in here, blah, blah, blah. Martell was really feeling like that man was wrong. Chris was wrong. It's like, no, no, no. But in Martell's mind, how did he graduate from college? Because Melody did the work
I
for
was
him.
trying to figure out, did he sell the house or was it on the market?
I think
He
it was
sold the
sold.
house.
And he
Sold.
Because
was
that's
saying it had been on the market for the 8 months he lived
because
there.
when he made the comment and said they can't put me out, he was like, "Yes, you can." I was so confused.
I
Yeah, I
don't think
mean,
Martell really
Where
feels
you
like I
think?
think he's
I was
untouchable.
like, "Where you think you don't own?" And somebody can't kick you out.
yeah,
He's on
That's
a
I
month-to-month lease, which
yeah.
means they don't have to give
well,
him but 30 days. He got
yeah,
the time. He had 8 months. They gave him 40 days by now. It's been 40. And
yep.
he asking for 90 more days. What is the
And
hell?
it
That's
takes
why
me
I'm
back to the
saying there's
part in
no
that.
way they sold that house. There's no way they sold it. There's a conversation that's on the chopping board that's not connected. They
Well,
couldn't have sold the
But why would
house.
they want somebody out that's paying the mortgage
if it ain't sold,
if it
I
ain't
mean, come
sold?
on,
They losing
I
money.
mean, they might want to put it on the market, but it ain't
No,
sold.
Chris said it was already
it's
on the
sold.
market. They want to
I remember
show
when
it.
it came out
They
and they were
can't
talking
show
about
that
him
house
getting
with
evicted.
Martell's crap everywhere.
Yeah,
That's why I
it's
was
sold.
saying, then that must be it. That's why I'm saying if
Yeah.
it's on the market, then if they can't show it, then it's yeah. They couldn't have been sold though, is what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
talking
Uh-huh. They
arrogantly.
they've got
Yeah,
some interest in it. They
yeah,
ready for him to leave because once you put a house on the market, it's gone.
right.
It's GONE and you making money.
It takes
I
me back
don't
to that
understand. And
MSN
then he gonna say,
article.
"What about me and my 4 children?"
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But what's
But do
that
you
got to
remember?
do with
And
Did
anything,
y'all
I,
read
Martell?
the MSN article or no?
Martell is a young guy. They got some high rise, really nice apartments in Huntsville now. That's what he needs to.
Yes.
I know that might be beneath him in his mind, but it's
Oh, we're
nothing
talking about
wrong with that.
Martell.
I
And is
mean,
this during the time when he's trekking down to Atlanta
to
trying to be
me,
on?
that's smarter than renting a big old house. That to me, that's pure stupidity. I
But
would
he's not
rather
gonna
rent
own
a
either one
small
of them though.
apartment
So,
for a reasonable amount of money than to rent a house in Huntsville for $2,500. Now, if it's the same thing, then yeah, I would rent the house.
Yeah, it may be cost that much for them high rises. They be high, but I mean,
Yeah,
he's got all them kids. He needs a backyard.
but
You
I can rent
know,
Huntsville for a folk.
did
How
y'all
many
read the
kids?
MSN article, Monty? Do you
huh?
remember that part? Did you read the MSN article about Martell?
No, I did not. Was that real?
Did you? Was it real?
I
What
thought
do
it
you
was
mean? What? Why do you think it was
MSN wrote
fake?
a. Why would MSN write an article about Martell?
You talking about
Girl,
his net worth and all that stuff?
no, not. I don't. What? No. What they said in the MSN article is that Martell. We clearly see him, kind of having some financial issues. Yet he thinks he's still supposed to live a life of luxury. And the only way he's doing that is to expect other people to do for him. I mean, then when I saw that, I'm thinking this takes me right back to that article. That's who he is. He is always connected to somebody he feels can help him. That's another reason why he got so upset with his mother when his mother didn't drop what she was doing to watch them kids. Said, but you're my
Mm-hmm.
mom. You're supposed to be there. Everything has a connection, whether it's a mama or not.
I
It
don't
has
think
to
that
be something
that's
in it for
that you can
Martell.
connect that, but I mean, you would be upset if somebody said they were going to do something and they fell through. I
No,
mean,
that
it
was the
is what it
babysitter.
is.
That wasn't his
Well, yeah,
mama.
that wasn't his mom. That was the
So the
babysitter.
babysitter was supposed to come, and remember,
So
she
he got
didn't. The
upset at his
nanny.
mom because the
And
babysitter
then he
changed
tried to
plans.
make his mom do it, and she was like, "No, I've been
Yeah,
drinking." No, she didn't say that. I'm just playing with Miss
but
Marlene.
we,
But I've been
yeah.
drinking. I've been drinking.
I mean, here go one for 1750. It's a 3 bedroom in Madison. It
Well, he
looked
That's
like
might be
where
he
Tish
saving
paid
more
them
money
lived.
now
Is
than
that
he
their
is with
house?
his
Because they
mother.
got a 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
now this you can get a 3,000 square. This is a brand new house
I know we are
So
really
in
that's
not
what I'm
going to
Madison.
saying.
live through
What
this.
is
And now
Martell talking
ask
about?
Daryl.
He does not want to do it, Joy. He does not want to do it. He
Oh
has the
God.
means to do it. This is the time when he was trying for full custody, knowing you about to not have a house, trekking down to Atlanta to see Sheree so you can film when you know you need to be looking for a house.
I wonder why
His priorities are not in the right
Marceau
spot.
them didn't. Why Marceau them didn't rent from a place like this. It's a there. Let me see. Let me see what 4 bedrooms I can get in Madison. How
So
many
if that's
bedrooms?
1,700, what they spending? 10,
Girl,
1,000? Okay, so what about with Chris was mad about being subpoenaed? Would you be mad if one of your friends had you
Yes.
subpoenaed?
Yes. Give me heads up. They didn't even get a heads up. Martell, and then
I would
Martell
feel some
played
like you can get a
crazy.
5 bedroom for two
Look at
thousand.
Martell
that.
played crazy and said, "Why? Why are you upset? Really, Martell? I
It's
mean, this
2,500 square feet. It's a nice house.
Okay, Martell. When Joy finds reasons for you to be wrong, Martell, I'm nervous.
I mean, it's reasonable. Like it's a lot of rental property
Some
and
people were thinking
and
that
they're
Martell was,
it's brand. It's a lot of brand new
listen. He
property.
needs to go through a friend to get it. So if Chris don't work over there, the rest of them already know his history. They ain't trying to lease to him.
but
Oh, look at this
That's where
nice
Melinda
house.
comes in at.
This one
but is
24.
it,
I'm sure they have nice houses.
I have a
I don't think
question
anybody's
though.
questioning that. It's just a matter of what Martell can get into.
Is his credit okay for this? Because with
It should be.
Chris
They
may have a
filed
connection
bankruptcy,
where
right?
it don't matter about his credit. So
It's been
he
a few
needs
years
Chris
since
help.
bankruptcy.
But
So
with another realtor or another company, they may not overlook his credit issues. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
that may be why he needs Chris's help. And
But
can't
he
go through
seems to
these
need
that you're looking at,
everybody's help.
Joy.
Oh,
That
and this
makes
is
sense.
That's just his
this house
MO.
got a nice backyard too. Well, I
Okay. What's
tell
the
you,
other what else
I
are we
mean,
gonna
I
talk
go
about?
Zillow.com in Madison. Like this is a nice looking house for 2,400.
But
Granite
I don't
couch.
think he can get it. I don't think his credit will let him get it. It's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be. And this person just overlooked it. A lot of people are thinking that Martell lived there for free. But if it's a month to month, I don't think that means he was there free.
Right. These are the kind of
Joy ain't
townhouses
paying us no
that
attention.
they
She is
I
looking
know
at
feel
it's
these
that
houses.
driving me crazy.
they
Joy,
Listen, I
feel
want
we
to go
on
through
the
the
show.
entire MLS.
Joy,
oh,
we're
okay.
done with
Child, we done
the
seen
show.
10 house tours, one tour per minute. The home
Joy gets so
spa,
one
home of
tracked. It's
parades
just
is on
crazy.
there.
Okay, let's go back to the subpoena thing that you were talking about, Callie. So you would be upset?
This the
Yes, I would.
last one. This one is $2,200.
Okay, Martell.
That looks like the house.
That
That
might be
almost
the
looks
house he
exactly
lived.
like the house. This is what it looked like to
Girl,
me.
what if this is?
But I mean, my problem is that Martell's priorities aren't in the right spot because you sitting here trying to get your kids for full custody and you ain't even got no house. To me, that don't
That's
make
why he was
sense.
Yeah, but that's why he was asking for child support. I mean,
But they shouldn't at this point. They probably got perfect credit because they both should be coming out of their 2 years since they're
Yeah, they
divorced.
should be.
Usually,
But
your credit, my auntie's credit, she came straight out of bankruptcy with 700 and something.
so
But
why is he not having a problem finding somewhere to live?
because I bet you he's had to get, even if it was a secure credit card, I bet you can get that. That would have helped his credit.
Oh yeah, secure credit cards will help you. People who don't know what that is a credit card where you put your own money on it. So you have $200, you put your own $200 on it. You use it, pay for it, and the credit it gets on your credit report. So and then if you pay it on time, it helps your credit.
Right.
It helps your credit, but it is your own money. And then oftentimes, if you do right, you'll get your money back from the company. You get your $200 back, and they'll raise your credit line.
And most of the time, people doing like $1,000,
Yeah.
$1,500. You could easily do like $10,000.
Yeah. Well, we don't know, Joey.
You can do it.
history
If you
shows
have
he
a
cannot.
regular bank, you're putting up your own cash.
No, I'm saying maybe Martell cannot. Is what I'm saying.
I can't. I mean, you putting up anybody can get a secure card.
No, I'm just saying he might can't do 10,000. I thought you said 10,000.
Honey, I'm sure that their checks from OWN is worth.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll go with that. Did you hear what they said that? Well, Jocelyn said she got 50,000 per episode.
For what?
And then Keisha Coles came and said she made more than that. Was it Keisha Coles? Said that she made more than that because Jocelyn said she had the most.
It was Keke.
And that was on what? What was that? VH1?
Yeah.
Keisha Cole got her own show.
Yeah, she got her own show. Now Jocelyn says she owns the IP for Zeus, and if she gets paid, even if
Oh,
she not on there. I
it's
said,
not
well,
And K
dang.
Michelle was mad that Jocelyn said she was the highest
Was it
paid or
K
whatever.
Michelle? Okay, K
Yes.
Michelle. I knew it was one of them. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
was
let's go back.
Kim on
Um,
Zoom too.
no, when she had her, I guess she was saying that she had made a lot
Oh.
more than Jocelyn or something. I
Well,
don't know.
Jocelyn was way more crazier
It did
than
that, girl. I
Then
couldn't
K Michelle,
imagine.
they are equally crazy.
And they said that she kind of shaded Nene because she was saying that she made her own way even after she left the successful show, and that's what other people should be doing.
Okay,
who?
so what
I
else
didn't
is
watch
on
that
this
interview,
show?
so I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, um, oh, we got to talk about that too. Okay, let's get off of this, and I want to talk about the Starlist thing with Giselle and Nene before we get off. Are we done?
Did we talk about the last? What was the last scene after that?
That was
It,
Mel and Keke was the last scene.
yeah, it was a cliffhanger. So we
Yeah,
did.
I think
Yeah.
that was it. So I think the season's gonna be good. I didn't look at any of my notes. That's why we was all over the place, y'all. But I'm on my phone. I was driving. Then when I got home, I just didn't pull the laptop out. So I just stayed with my lazy moderating today. But
And let's talk about Shannon Bedore too.
okay, so we're gonna go into some hot topics. Let's talk about Shannon first. So Shannon of the OC, if any of you watched that, was drunk driving, hit and run. Did she hit a house?
Mm-hmm. Can you believe that? I mean, that is so sad. That is really, really, really sad.
Why do
Yeah.
these people not call a Uber or a driver? Well, they said she's putting herself into counseling. Do you do you
Um.
think she'll be asked back, or will she be put on pause?
Well, I thought about that too because with the, all the lawsuit stuff that's going on, and one of the complaints in that lawsuit is about alcohol. So if that were in any way true, and Shannon might have had a drunk conversation with somebody and says, "It's always on the set. They leave it there. This is the reason I have a problem." I think it opens up some opportunity for her not to be asked back. Not that they will, but just given the lawsuits and everything else that's going around with that.
I like Shannon. She's my
So,
favorite. I don't watch the OC anymore, but she was my favorite on there, and I wish her well. Um, I don't know. I guess to be a housewife, you got to drink. I don't know. So
I
let's
almost
go
like
to the.
her.
I don't know.
Candy
Let's.
don't.
Huh?
Candy don't.
No, Candy don't drink.
Right. Yeah.
She about the
Um.
onlyest one. So
Mhm.
Giselle on there recently shade. I don't know if you listened to it, but she was talking to Robin about her birthday weekend. There's a picture floating around with her and Nene and Ashley and a few other people that were fashion.com, bomb.com or something like that. And
Mom
she said
Daily.
that when she walked in, somebody said, Nene wants to take a picture with you. And she was like, me, the starless one? Because Nene had called her Starless. Well, she said, it's my birthday. I'm not gonna be petty. I'm gonna go over there. And she said Nene came, hugged her, and said, you're a star. Um,
So it sounds like was Nene feeling a certain kind of way, or was she thinking in her mind, I know they know I just be joking.
I'm thinking maybe she was just joking. I don't know.
I don't think she was just joking, and she was telling the truth. Y'all know I stains
Just
for
don't want to
Giselle.
see.
Giselle is my
So then
girl.
why would she ask to take a picture with her?
I think maybe
She's just trying to
because
keep it cool.
yeah, and maybe she hurt her feelings. Maybe it stung a little. I shouldn't have said that.
But Giselle
Maybe
didn't act like it. Giselle don't let nobody know her feelings hurt.
I mean, come on.
She didn't
correct,
one
but
comment about it.
She
they
sat on
did
that reunion
mention
stage
they did
season 5 and
mention it
didn't budge when Monique was
on
going
their
off on
show.
her.
What now?
They did mention it on the podcast.
When?
That they were starless. I heard that I was starless. People was contacting her. They said it on the
I thought the only time I heard it was today when I listened.
no, they did it. It was right when that happened.
Oh, and I
After
listened to every last one of them. I don't remember them talking
and they
about being spoiled.
yeah, her and Robin was saying something, and because Robin said, "Yeah, I am."
That was in a
Robin,
tweet. That was in a Instagram post tweet. That wasn't on that reasonably shady.
but she said something.
But
I heard.
Giselle didn't say anything. And
I
Giselle
think
said,
she
well, Robin,
did.
I didn't ask about you. And Robin said, I don't care what she thinks. Um,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like
Maybe.
Nene burned a lot of bridges. And I think she's realizing that.
Yeah.
You can't
It's
burn the
not.
bridges of the people who can potentially maybe, because Nene can't even get a podcast right now.
That's so sad. People are
You know
people
what
are
I'm
missing
saying?
out. So I don't know what she went through with that Bravo stuff, but it's sad. She's such a
And these
talent.
girls got a podcast. So
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah. That's
Um,
true.
I'm
A
happy that
good
she
one.
did that. I think it was the
Hmm.
right thing to do, Nene.
And then,
But
but
she,
wait a
and
minute. Did you
Giselle said that
remember?
Gertie from Miami called her and said, I wouldn't have took a picture with her. Like a lot of people on Bravo are mad at
Gertie
her for
called
doing
and
this.
said that.
Yes. She said, you better than me.
That is too funny.
Yes. So she
Well,
said,
but that's I think that's what we like about Giselle though. She ain't really bothered by this stuff. At least she hides it well. She just look, I mean, unbothered all the time. She don't care. I
she
don't know,
don't
and
care.
I like
Anything
that
else we
about
want to
her.
talk about?
I think
Mm-mm.
Giselle sees a lot. I really do think she compartmentalizes
Yeah.
work on this show. I think she sees it as a job. You can say whatever you want about I can't stand her. Candace actually vocalized this. She said when she was talking to them, I didn't like it. But when she was talking to them two white girls, she said Giselle is cool, she fun. Don't tell her none of your personal
Well,
business.
that's
Because
true.
she
You
use
didn't
it
like that, you
on this
said, Joy?
show. It
She's,
felt very white of her.
well,
But
yeah,
was
I
it
Candace will
true?
do that.
Yeah, I did
Was it
not like
true?
it. I ain't say it wasn't true.
Well,
This ain't about
I'm
it being
asking
true.
you.
This ain't about the truth.
But them girls know how
You
Giselle is.
This ain't
Candace
about
didn't have to tell that, but yeah. And oh, and then
it.
Giselle also said that Nene's boyfriend makes Jamal suits.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Mhm. Well, he was introduced though as a fashion designer. I knew he made suits. I just assumed that he did like because a lot of times he wear what I call political suits, and
Yeah.
Jamal wears a lot of political suits too, where they're not a suit jacket. They're kind of
Mm-hmm.
goofy. I mean, not goofy and what do you call them, David? The men's what are they called? They're called something. I
What?
just um they're
oh,
called
look at you.
something. A
Little
man's
folks.
shirt that don't button up, that you put your
A
arms through.
tunic?
No, well, that's what a woman would
That's
call
what
it.
we call it. I don't
But
know what
that's
a
not
man.
what it's called
Yeah.
something for men, not a
Okay.
cap. No, that's for women. I forgot what the word is, but
Okay, for the man though. All
that
right.
is style for a man. I thought he designed those. I wasn't sure if he was talking about business suits or those what I call political suits. Am
Okay.
I the only one to call it political suits, or
Yeah,
they?
I ain't never heard it called a
I ain't
political
never heard of
suit,
that
but
ever.
That's what the black men
I
wear
was
a
about to
lot of
ask,
like
was this a new
they're
because
show?
not
I'm thinking a
blouses.
political suit is what Barack wore, and he ain't never wore no tunic. So
Yeah, like a tunic and a pair of like sometimes the pants match.
yeah.
A lot of times you think of like African like style, sort of
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, think Caribbean. You know what I mean?
So Nene must
Linen.
still be with him, even though she said they broke up. Because
I think
Giselle
they're
said he was
friends.
there.
I think they're friends. I think Mimi is
Mm-hmm.
probably the type of woman that want to be chased. Greg probably chased her. He loved her. And I can't imagine. Here is this new guy. He can't be Greg.
Oh no.
Watching when I heard that she was dating so quick, I didn't think it was going to work out for her because Greg had her back. Like they played against each other in probably the best way that I saw on a marriage that I saw on um Housewives. I want to
Yeah.
say they probably had the best one.
They
Like
did.
they played off. I'll
I
never
mean, yeah,
forget.
they
Put the
were
horn on
threesomes.
them,
They
Greg.
really were.
Toot toot. I
Yes,
was
honey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
put
so
your horn.
true.
I zeroed out, baby.
That was
Then we
so
Greg.
cool.
Yes, he had they
Hmm.
and if you go back to even season one, he ended season one with his words because they were bickering. Greg
Yeah.
was a different kind of cat. He was
Yeah,
gonna be
I liked
Hmm.
Greg.
He
I
was
don't
gonna
think
be.
what's his name, Naomi or whatever, is gonna be like Greg.
I don't know what he's
No.
like because we ain't seen him.
Honey, I just want to be the person who
He
follow him
seems
everywhere he
real
go with the camera,
serious.
cause he
Can
has somebody
you
following him with the camera everywhere he go, and I want that to be my job.
Yeah.
can you
He seems real
imagine
serious, but Peter
him?
said he's not. Said he's a clown. Funny.
Oh,
He's the
Yeah.
clown. Can you imagine? Can you imagine him and Nene and Portia and Simon? On you know
Simon
how,
ain't saying 2 words.
but I'm just saying. Do you know how interesting that would be now?
No, I don't think Simon's
Mm-mm.
interesting. Simon ain't doing nothing but being filtered. Okay, his pictures are being filtered, and he's smoking a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
all Simon is doing.
Y'all a mess.
And he is
I
trying
wouldn't
to
think
keep
it
up
was
with Portia, and
interesting.
he cannot. Sorry,
That's
Simon.
exactly what he's trying to do. At least she got him in the gym now. I mean, because he definitely has
Oh
lost some
yeah, he
weight.
don't. I think he on Ozempic too. Do men take
He
Ozempic?
might be. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're not
Okay.
going to admit it, but they do. Yeah.
That's the only way people can lose weight in the 2020s.
Uh-huh.
Do men take it? Cause he's slimmed
Yes,
down.
they do. And I
Oh
want to
my
say,
God.
God, I'm going to have to look it up because there is one man that said, yes, he is on Ozempic. Believe him or not.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, and then
I'll have to look it
Mauricio
up.
is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Why is
Wow.
now? Let's discuss that real quick. Why
Wow.
would Mauricio
Jo-
go on there for $25,000? If that,
Why
why?
did
Why
Joy
would he
say
do
what
that?
he doing? I said dancing, Joy.
Why is he going to go on that
I was hoping it was
show?
like for a judge or
Joy
something.
thought it was a job. I said no, he gonna be.
Are they
Yeah, I
cooking in
remember
the
the
back
time.
or smelling something in the back? I don't
And then
know.
Kyle is in Paris with that girl. Y'all know that, right?
Huh?
She's in Paris with Morgan. Is her name?
Who
Yeah.
is?
Yeah,
I missed
she's
the
in
first
Paris.
part.
Kyle.
Who is?
Kyle, his wife.
Oh, Kyle is in Paris. I didn't hear who you said.
Kyle
Okay.
is with Morgan. They in
Oh,
Paris.
well, they wanted to get out the country. That's what her song said. Maybe she wrote it with Cal in mind.
Do we have anything else that's hot topics?
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah. Oh,
Um,
Sheree and that spoof. Okay, let's talk about that. Candy did this spoof.
I love Candy.
I
I
know
mean,
y'all don't watch it.
somebody
Sheree,
posted. Somebody
where the
posted.
man with
What
the
they
bone
said.
said that, and Nene didn't help. I don't remember Nene being this salty. I mean,
I
Nene
do.
was
She
wrong.
smell
Talking
like
about her,
pee a
you talking
little
about what
bit.
she gonna do? She's
She said,
divorced. And the new man said, "You're not gonna get married
Wait a
because you
minute, that
old." And
Nene
then he
wig
said, "You
was
said she gonna
nice.
be single forever."
Nene was a mess. But Nene said it smelled like pee a little bit too. It
She said, "Smell like a little pea."
smelled like a little bit like pee.
Oh Lord! And then Candy goes to where Sheree is sitting there, her chinchilla outside in the cold,
Waiting
talking
on
about
time.
Tyrone 10 years later, not married. And
Oh,
Sheree gonna answer this with some Mary, Jesus on the cross
Right.
wait,
music.
I missed Sheree. How did Sheree respond?
You didn't see it. She was like, "No
No.
weapon." She used
Terrible.
and she used melody because Melody always say, "No weapons formed against me shall prosper," which most people do. But she used that, and all this biblical stuff, and like she's above all the stuff. When Sheree knows she is the starter of this all,
And then came out with a sweatshirt,
girl,
a pre-order
Oh God, I forgot about
sweatshirt.
that joy.
for
That's
$89,
that's how much?
89.
$89 and probably 25 to ship.
That's a screen print of her, a bad screen
25.
print of her
But why did
in
they? Okay,
jail.
so was that in
Right.
response to Candy's spoof of her with the jail or what?
Yes.
But
Yes.
why?
Oh, I didn't get it.
What does that mean? What was the jail meaning? Because of Tyrone?
Yeah, I mean, it had to have been because Tyrone, but I still don't get it.
And
Thank
if
you,
any of y'all
Jordan.
buy that sweatshirt, and I think the t-shirt was 59. Because Callie, you posted the t-shirt, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the t-shirt was
Um,
59 and
T-shirt's
the
59 and the sweatshirt was 85.
89.
Okay, 89. Mm-hmm.
Whew, child. Anything else? Because I don't know when
Jordan,
we be back. We'll
I'm
be back
thinking
next
about
Sunday,
getting
probably,
so
y'all.
good. Mm-hmm. All right,
So
yeah,
any
no, not enough for me.
anything else, Joy? Do
That
y'all
was
miss
it.
Atlanta?
I miss Sunday night TV. That's what
Yeah.
I miss. I
A lot of
mean, I
people
Yesterday
in the
episode was
groups were missing
huge.
Atlanta, and I was like, y'all
Yeah,
hated it, but now y'all miss it, and I don't understand black folk at times.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the spoof took me out. That spoof was so good. And Candy's having another dungeon party for those who want to go.
Is
no,
she
I don't.
really?
And The
Is she
Wiz,
really?
she's producing The Wiz with Deborah Cox, who's my favorite.
Wait a minute. And she Common is
Oh yes,
Common and who's the girl? Common and a
who?
girl just joined the Wiz
Oh yes,
producers.
Common and oh my God, they just joined on as producers.
I
Who
can't even think of
was it?
the lady's name.
Please look her up. And then Karen. So that picture of Karen,
MC
Callie
Light.
thinks she looks like Tammy Roman.
MC Light and Common have joined the production team of the Wiz. And yes, that latest picture of Karen Huger, she looks like Tammy Roman.
You
I'm
think
like, what her
so?
with a bob? Because Tammy can look. She wears those bobs sometimes. Yeah, that's the first person I thought of. Had I not saw
Hey,
Karen's
Karen on
name,
Ozempic.
Yeah, that's what
mm,
people are saying. That Karen's on Ozempic. I don't know. They just need to send me some Ozempic. I'll take it. Anything? I think that's it, y'all. I can't think of anything else.
I'm going down my thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
let me look at my thing. Hold on. Before we get off, because we won't be back to next Sunday, y'all. So if y'all have something y'all wanted to talk about, let us know.
we can talk about this. Candy needs to stop this.
what?
What?
It look.
Let me see. Like it. What's
Stop
wrong with
what?
it? People are
Why
saying that
stop it?
you didn't read those comments. They were so
It's
mean.
cringe. It is. It's not. Look, Candy is a
You mean
woman
the
of a
music
certain age.
video, like all the other
She's
music
in
videos
her
she does? She's
40s.
not
She
shy
looks
about her
good.
sexuality. Is that what we're
What?
Well,
talking about? Because I'm not looking at the screen.
Yes, her music video when she's in the. I think she looks cute. Okay,
She
finish.
does
What?
look
What?
not that
cute,
I don't think she looks cute. It's just, it's
and ain't
kind of
nothing out of
like,
character. That's what she
it's
does.
like, it's like over
It's like
tip of an age. It's thirsty. If this had been
this word to call in.
somebody on reality TV, singer or not, we would call it thirsty. Let's be honest. It's I don't get it. People were saying things like, "Why is my auntie on here like this?"
What? I mean, listen. I
Like
do it. I mean,
she's in auntie age. And you expect your
That
aunties.
sounds
That don't
so
mean
not
that
right.
there
aunties
you go,
don't
y'all. I'm sorry. There go the crackers, Joy. I don't see no cheese either, Joy. You right.
I ain't see no cheese. Unless there's cheese right next to it, and that look like meat though.
That's some meat.
Yeah, I ain't see no
It look
cheese.
good though. That's her new video, and the haters are mad because she's getting another bag. Joy, her husband, is right there. So I feel
I don't
like,
think that was neither here nor there. Like there are things. Look, you can do whatever you want. Candy is very much so a grown woman. I'm not. This isn't about what she should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling you the response and how people feel. I know Candy don't think she is, but there is an auntie phase, and when you're in that phase, people just have higher expectations
People
for
were
them.
talking about Candy when she wasn't in the auntie phase, and Candy has remained Candy.
but I think she looks good. I mean,
Does
She does.
I don't think that when you become an auntie, you're not sexy no more.
No, it's not that you're not sexy
And
anymore, but
Portia
you
be naked, okay? And
and
Portia's an auntie
right?
age.
Portia be naked, and what's the other girl?
Portia
Marlo be on the street
maybe
corners.
she
Y'all
may
don't never
be
call her out.
auntie age, but Portia ain't never act like an auntie. It ain't nothing about Portia
So
and her
what's they
hair.
got the Candy ain't either. She talking about
Candy
having
ain't
threesome.
either.
Do aunties do that? The only
No,
thing I say is
not
the
publicly.
song says it's off only for you, and that's a lie because they have threesomes. That was the problem I had with the video. That it ain't only for Todd.
But you had.
Right? That's my problem. Like it's for everybody. Oh, here's the thing. And then so Drew Sidora put out a tweet
Oh
saying
yeah.
that there was some uncomfortable things between Courtney and Ralph
That was
that
weird.
she noticed.
Hmm.
And she's thinking that Courtney is his secret love. Okay, but what y'all think? We've been
I
saying
mean,
that, right?
you've been saying that. Ain't no way
That's the
that's as
only thing
good.
that should explain that little relationship.
But
I
I
think
will
other
say
than
this: somebody broke this down that bothered me. Then, if let's think about this, let's say that Drew is kind of right. Who brought her on?
Sheree.
Sheree. Would Sheree really bring her on to really try to humiliate Drew even further?
what you
Yeah.
mean she brought her on. She came on as a
She was
friend of
Sheree's
Sheree.
She
friend.
was a friend of Sheree's,
Oh,
which
I
kind of
didn't recall
explains
that.
why she like it feels real snakish. If you believe that, it seems real snakish that they brought it because they would have had to bring this girl on. They said it was nothing about her that's housewives material.
No.
Y'all can say
Well,
where she worked or whatever. There's nothing about her what was interesting about her that you thought, even Marlo, who we may or may not like, I don't. You can say the girl was a stylist, she was a dresser. She's very materialistic. You could tell us something about her. We can't tell you nothing about Courtney.
Not I said the cat.
It's really weird. I mean,
we
it was
can
That's the
tell you
nothing
something
sweatshirt.
about
about
Courtney.
her that should have
Did
been
we
on this
just have
show.
this conversation? We can
Courtney
tell you
is
something
not
about
material.
Courtney though.
Do y'all know about GZ and Jenny Mai? Because I was a little hurt. Do
Don't
y'all care?
nobody know what happened. Don't
I was
nobody know.
so sad.
I ain't gonna say I was sad, but I thought it seemed they only been married 2 years.
And
I
they
don't.
keep
It's
playing that
something
one
must
video.
traumatic must have happened for him to
Her
it
and
had
Everybody's
to
little
trying
be.
to
baby
tie
was
it
just
back to the
praying over
video
his
about
book and the success of his book. Was this all a
she's such a
facade?
cutie.
And then Tiana Taylor and her husband. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. That's no shock there.
Yeah.
And then
What?
she was hugged up under Drea Michelle. Yeah, it is what
Stop
it is.
it.
Yeah, oh
It was
yeah, cute picture. Drea Michelle had her ass all in her hands. Okay, she
so.
did. It just,
Oh,
I,
I
I don't
thought
know that
Drea
they're a
was.
couple.
Well, maybe they have threesomes too. Okay. Anything else? I think that's it. I'm going down my thing. I had one other one, but I forgot. What else is it, y'all?
I don't think we're missing nothing.
Okay, I think that's it.
Oh, Sherry on Ozempic.
That's what I heard. I was
Hmm.
looking at that.
Yes, she is. She came back to her show with some
Oh,
new
let me send
boobs.
this. Hold on, then we'll
She
be
ain't got
done.
no hips.
Sherry just need a breast reduction.
She probably. I had a girlfriend that was shaped like that. Girl, when
Oh, can you
she had.
read it? Marlo's
Mm,
on-screen boyfriend has not paid child support to his ex
oh,
for the past 6 months. Then Marlo drained his pockets on designer clothing.
Oh,
Did y'all hear
I
about
ain't
that?
surprised about none of that. Mm-mm.
This is crazy.
Where's that article from?
I don't know. I done lost it. Oh, I can find it again.
I was just wondering. No,
I can't
I
read
wouldn't
what
have heard
that
anything
said.
about it.
that's what it says.
I can't read what it say. Oh yeah, I got that too. That's Giselle on her birthday. Callie said that's the
Cute
best she's ever
dress.
looked.
It is.
I like
Looks really
orange.
cute there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she's still with that Jason guy. His birthday is September 11th. I don't think I want that to be my birthday, but they were together on her birthday and his birthday.
Who?
Did y'all see
Jason.
everybody at the Yeah, I saw that. Did y'all see everybody at the New
There
York
it is.
Fashion Week? Was New York Fashion Week, and everybody was looking kind of cute, and then Ashley had on the white boots that just threw everything off. Y'all remember that?
Yes,
Yes.
honey. That's the picture I was talking about when Nene said she
Yeah.
wasn't starless.
Yeah, that
Um,
was me.
Oh,
Saying.
okay.
I don't know.
I think
I
that's
had another thing
Ain't
and it
none
left
of
me. So,
them
oh
dressed.
well.
Be talking. I be like, y'all
Carlos
be talking
said,
about Giselle. I be looking at all the albums. I be like, ain't none of them dressed
They
on
can't.
Roman. Not in, and I ain't
Carlos
even
said
no
DC is
fashion
coming
person.
back.
But it's like they have
Montique,
their
me and
own
you
little
didn't watch no
kooky
way.
styles. I like that.
I didn't
I
watch
just
DC
I
Me
just
or
either,
like
but it's coming
Detroit.
back.
focus on
Not DC, but
Giselle.
Detroit is what I meant actually.
I just think they want to tribute something to her. That's
What
all.
is the middle picture with Sheree?
I
So
can't
this is
figure that out. People been talking
Bob the
about this for
Builder.
weeks.
Bob the
what
Builder. That's when
happened.
her and Bob was going at it.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's when Drew was singing. That's how everybody was crying. What do y'all think about Drew's song?
Oh,
Drew
y'all
is
haven't talked
opening for
about that guy.
Tamar, and so is Candace.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that drop. All I replied back when I saw that is like, "Good luck opening with Tamar." Um,
I thought I saw him at her party
Who?
for her birthday that she had.
He was. He was at her
Yeah,
party.
he was in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a whole bunch of girls, and people were saying, "Where's Robin?" I was glad to hear
oh,
they did a podcast because people are insinuating that her and Robin fell out.
yeah,
No.
they are.
Robin fell
Oh,
out
and
with
then
Candace, I do believe.
and
Kim is gonna be on the Surreal Life if y'all watched it. I've never watched
we
it.
saw that.
Here it is. Look, here is that picture that she talking about.
Let me see.
Oh, and they was like Giselle. That was so everybody else looked like
Yes,
they
that's the
off the
start.
club.
Yeah.
And she looked like she came off. She was running the Target and threw off some heels.
The
I don't
pants were
understand.
cute. The shirt wasn't right.
I just
Okay,
don't
and
think.
then what about the girl from 702 that passed away? Do we know anything more about that?
Mm-mm. This don't even look like Phaedra.
She said, and went right over to Wendy Williams' picture.
That ain't Wendy Williams.
That was the joke because it looks
Do
like
y'all
her. That's why it don't look like Phaedra.
do
It
y'all
looked
think?
like Star Jones for a second.
Yeah. Do y'all think that that's from their line? What they're wearing, Giselle and Ashley? Because you know they got a clothing line
Oh,
called G&A.
yeah, I don't
Oh,
like it.
I don't know.
And whatever, is Michael still suing Candy?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Not
Mm-hmm.
Jesus from my city. He married her to break her. Ah,
Oh, wow.
whoa.
You think
Okay.
so?
What? Why would he want to break
Why would he
her?
want to break her?
Explain that, Angela. Oh, Irish. I was like, there's something I want to talk about. We want to
I just
say,
said that.
oh, I left.
I,
Y'all didn't see me leave on accident. I left. I was gone. Okay, what did you say? Sorry.
just what you're saying. What about the girl from 702 that died? Do we know anything else
Yeah.
about?
They did not say why. Her sister, I think she had a twin. I think the name was Irish and Orish. Or
Yeah.
she got a kidney failure. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if
Oh,
yeah.
That was a show. She was on that show that Carlos King did.
I
And she
Yeah.
see.
took. Mm-hmm.
And
So
so her
was
twin,
she? I was gonna say was she sick on there, but no. I mean, what was that? 2 years ago now.
yeah.
She
So
didn't.
I don't know.
She
She
didn't
could
appear
have
to be.
been sick and just
She
didn't
could have
tell us.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but so rest in peace to her. And I think that's what
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to remember. That's why I stayed on because I was like, it's something. Um,
Yeah.
so we're gonna try to start doing Sundays since nothing's on that we watch. We don't watch New York. We don't watch what else is on Sundays? Anything? And then Huntsville comes on Saturday, so we want to be the next day. And then in November, we may go back to Monday and do Huntsville. Ooh, that'll be Huntsville, Married to Medicine, and Potomac. I don't know if we can do all those in one day.
Do y'all watch Fox Soul with the girl with the bob that Denny said your bob, we like your bob, Claudia. Okay,
Okay,
Claudia
no,
and Funky Dineva and then the other guy. Well,
uh-uh.
Married to Medicine chick was on there in place of Claudia. What's her name? Dr. Heavenly.
Is she?
She was.
Claudia's on a sabbatical for 21 days. What was Heavenly on
Yeah.
there for? What'd she say? Okay, let's
She
read
she
this. I'm
was
sorry.
she was in place of Claudia.
Oh,
And it
was
wasn't
she
right.
good?
Well, not to me. I can't. It's just really loud. I can't.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I really do because of her statement on the real that black man. Oh,
she divorced her husband. So Jenny was married to a white man named Freddie. He had the money, but he had that generational wealth kind of money where his family owned a ranch, da 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 da. Well, they got divorced because Jenny did not want a kid. So when they were married, they were on the real, and Jenny said, "I like my
I was
dark meat
saying,
on the." the side, and my white meat keeps me lean and mean.
They've been playing that video
And
all
then
day.
she explained herself, which didn't get better.
It didn't help her.
But
Right.
this is how I took what she said. Black men, this, and I'm just gonna say this because this has been a conversation really on TikTok. Matter of fact, the conversation is men or black women happier when they're with white men. Literally, that's a reel that's been running on TikTok. But what I thought she was saying was black men are good to play with.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna marry me a white guy because
Yeah.
he's going to be dedicated to me.
Yeah. He was.
That's when I got gist, because she was trying to explain it and she was saying, no, like they're a lot of fun. You play with them. I'm attracted to black men, but I've always had my white friend. They're dependable. I knew what she was saying.
I got it.
Because if you watch the whole video, it sounds racist, but it really wasn't. I mean, she's saying what a lot of us don't like saying. This is the reality. A lot of black men are emotionally immature. And a lot of times as a woman, we have to deal with their damage. Women are more intuitive, not that we all are, but we all think about inner stuff. Black men aren't really taught to deal with their feelings. So everything comes out as angry or frustrated or mad, negative. They've been trained to suck it up. Stop talking. Stop being
crying. Don't be a punk. Don't cry. Crying. You fail. Don't cry. Yeah.
Yes, they're emotionally immature. So a lot of times when we get these men, you're trying to teach this guy how to act like a human being, unfortunately, because they have been told to suppress that their entire life.
And I want to say this, and I love a black man. Okay, I love a black man, but black men was supposed to be. It was good to be a player. How many women can I smash? What's going to do? They're not really about settling down.
I wouldn't go that far, but they're not.
They are not. Unless they marry a white one. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my God. I ain't gonna go that far. But I do think that it's not really taught amongst our people to, like, girls fantasize about being married and having a family. It's not really encouraged with men. Find you a good girl, settle down with. Those aren't conversations.
No.
Or run more rampant within our communities.
The white man it is, but not the black man.
Yeah, but so it's okay to mess around and be around to find you some, like, black men. It's kind of encouraged. I mean, you see it. We could talk about a blue face all day long, but when you have somebody like, there's a stripper in there, you don't want to go in there.
You don't want to go smash, right? Yeah,
right. So that we encourage, unfortunately, within our communities, we have encouraged this kind of nonsense. And the reality is these little boys grow up to be men who are taught to suppress everything. It's okay to be a whore. It's okay to be disrespectful. And we're not, it's just a sad case of affairs in a lot of situations.
So here's one thing that comes to mind.
I agree with you, Joy. Angela don't agree, but I do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Instagram model, the white lady that killed her black boyfriend, and she was seen through the window. She had all the blood on her, right? So that guy he had made it known that he never wanted to date a black girl, allegedly, because of his negative thoughts of black people based on how he saw them being raised. And in his mind, and this is all alleged, I've read, but heck, I didn't know him. In his mind, he thought that being with a white person was the thing to do. That was the best thing for him. And so when he got killed, people were actually, I don't know if y'all followed the story at all. They had very negative comments and basically said that's what he did. Yeah, that's what he did. So, some black men are kind of sent in that direction, but that's not always a positive thing.
It's not. But I mean, I feel like this, and I'm just gonna say this: white men and black women. White women don't want white men. Black men don't want black women. So they done found each other. Okay, they are two of the two people who people don't want them, and therefore more white men are dating black women because white women don't want them. Black men don't want black women. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, just think. I mean, it's the truth, and I don't mind it at
I don't
all.
think that's the truth, but I get
That's
your
the
point.
truth, Joy.
I don't think so. I think there
Okay.
are plenty that want on both ends. I just think that we have to do better amongst our boys. We have to stop just loving them and really thinking about who we procreating with and who could actually teach them something. Like, because if we're not we can't teach no boy how to be a man. We could try. We could
I'm
try our
gonna
dog.
tell you this. I have a daughter that's at the age of dating, and a lot of the black boys that go to her school or when she went to school with wanted white girls. I'm just gonna let you know that's
I
what
ain't
they
saying
wanted.
that don't happen, but I'm like,
And
you also had your daughter is at a school that's predominant. She going to a PWI.
not talking about even when she was in even when she was in high school. It was the mixing and the mingling of it all. These kids are mixing and the mingling, and I think it's just how it is.
Y'all in the South, y'all ain't caught up with the rest of the world. It even
Maybe
is.
so, cause honey, it's hard out here for these girls, and I hate it for them. But
I know that it's a small pool for black girls because you're fighting against not only other races, you fighting against boys.
yeah,
So
that's true too.
yeah,
Yeah,
I get it. I
yeah.
get the fight, um, but I don't think that the majority of black men are interested in. I believe are interested in black women, and I think the majority of black women want a black man. I just think that the pool is shorter for us.
Yeah, they
For you,
want one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need to get out more everything that it goes on in any race. What do you mean? I did. What I said it goes on in any race. I said that white women have started to really date outside their race a little more, and black men have been dating outside their race for a while. But it's funny because when a black man sees a black woman with a white man, they kind of get upset. Um, and I don't understand that either. So, um, but I'm all for it all. I like a man as long as you treat the woman right. It don't matter to me.
Yeah, I don't care either. It's like, okay, just doesn't bother me.
It don't bother me at all. Date who you love who you date.
Yeah.
Anything else, y'all? I don't know how we got on that subject.
I have no idea. I was sitting up here wondering what rabbit hole did I pull y'all into?
I think it was the Jenny Mai thing because they said that he did
Oh
that to
yeah.
brace
Oh,
her.
yeah. I get.
Yeah.
I really did get what she said. I
She's
didn't get
gonna
what she
date.
said. Basis.
Jenny Mai
I
going
thought
back to white. I don't care what y'all say. She's going back to the white man. She's done with the black man.
I mean, if he dropped her like that, yeah, we black men are real temperamental. You mess up your stuff. You know, there's a rumor. I don't know how true that rumor is. I have no leg in this hunt, and I don't want that woman to come after me. But they're saying she was messing with Mario Lopez.
No, so her and Mario Lopez have a show
Who?
coming out. Jenny Mai, they have a game
Oh,
show
okay.
coming out.
He's
And
married happily, one
and
with
he's
I thought.
happily married, but they have a game show. I can't think of the name of it. And so they must have took a picture together, honey. And the rumors went to flying. But no, they're doing a show together. Yeah, he's happily married. Um,
I don't
I don't know if
know.
I can't. Yeah. So, but that don't mean nothing either. But
Yeah, just telling you what somebody was saying that she
somebody
found.
said
But
somebody
I'm like,
said she must have used the hard ER. I said, if y'all don't shut up,
that's possible. I don't think so though. I
I don't
bet
think
you
so.
just. I
Oh
bet you was
God,
just.
not the hard
I
one.
mean, for him, the way that he did it, kind of gangster like. Something happened.
Oh my God, it's only 8 o'clock. It's so dark
And
outside.
I'm sleepy. Yes, honey.
Oh my
Anything else,
goodness.
y'all? Well, we wish
Uh-uh.
everybody well. We don't want anybody to get divorced. Divorce is horrible.
She said a
A
hard.
hard ER,
A
the
hard
hard,
one.
you know.
There was no soft passes here. It was hard. Yeah. Okay, I
Okay, I
think
think
that's
Hey,
that's
it.
it.
Mhm.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Okay, y'all. So we'll be back next Sunday, if not next Monday. It depends on. I hope we'll do it Sunday. We're gonna be here Sunday to
Mhm.
talk about Huntsville. And then that's it. Y'all ready to go? Anything else, ladies? We had a
Mhm.
lot of people watching. A lot of people didn't talk, but we had a lot of people watching us. They probably think we crazy. Uh,
Mhm. They probably like God. They got to have a whole lot of patience for when Joy gets to talking because she ain't gonna shut up.
oh,
I ain't
yes.
gonna. I stopped talking now. It's
Oh,
for a long time on
That's when you
purpose.
was looking at the MLS. You stopped
yes,
talking, but you was
honey.
showing us a house every 10 seconds.
I've been playing solitaire for the last hour.
Mhm.
So
You still was talking, child. We need you to play solitaire every time.
Multitasking at its finest.
but I was trying to listen more. I said today when I got on, try to listen more, and I did.
Oh, I'm proud of you,
I
Joy.
did.
I'm so
I
proud.
am. All right, y'all.
'Cause look, wait
Uh-uh.
a minute. Sometimes I listen to us. I'll be like, "Oh, I wish she would shut up." Is that
You talking
me?
about yourself.
Is that me?
Is that who I need? Hold on. I was
And
trying to
I be
find
like, I'm trying to hear what she's saying. Like, just shut up.
Mhm.
follow us. I think it's the new one. If not, Callie made a new one. But try this one. Follow us on Chat Her. This is the one I got saved. Hopefully it works. And I'm gonna start adding more stuff to our podcast. I've been slacking, but we do have a podcast that's on every platform: Spotify, Apple, radio, something like anyone, Amazon, whatever you listen to your podcast on. We do have some of our older stuff on there if you want to listen.
Allegedly. Can you send me the link? Because I don't know nothing about it.
You know, yes, we have a podcast.
You
Well,
said
I
Yes,
know, but
allegedly.
that was like 8 months ago.
You
I don't know.
said allegedly.
I've been listen, Callie. And I'm gonna tell y'all, our highest stuff is Married to Medicine. Still, I don't know why,
Really?
but people are still listening to it. Yes, our Married to Medicine stuff gets the
Well, it'll be
most.
good this season because, Quad
Yeah,
gets to
so
meet
we
the new
I
most
wonder
wife.
what the world I was saying on there.
we most definitely have to do Married to Medicine because I don't think a lot of people must cover it. Um, because
Yeah.
that's what we get our most listenings to was our Married to Medicine stuff. And I think after that may have been Potomac. I have to go back and look, but
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna start adding some more stuff on there. But anyway, so y'all find us. It's Chatter Up, and we'll put and it's in our link tree. It's on there. All of our podcast stuff. Callie, all you gotta
Mhm.
do is get on the link tree and get on
Oh,
there.
thank you.
You can even
I'll
if
check
you
it
have
out.
Spotify, you can even
It'll be
watch us.
so
It's a
good to hear
video.
this chatter up group. Oh, this is
It's a
new.
video podcast on Spotify.
Oh,
The other ones
okay.
you're just listening to. So yeah. All right. We
So
gone. Be
All
good.
right.
allegedly already right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
And we could be getting ad space and everything if I just do right. I gotta do right. All right. Be good, people.